All right. Welcome to Only Comics. I'm Mike. That's Adrian.
What's up, man?
What's up, bro?
Nice day, man. Finally.
It's a nice day. And, it's funny you started with that. Where's my button here? Finally. There's something else that finally happened, Adrian. Well, Supergirl came out.
Sure.
That finally happened.
Yeah.
But we saw a trailer. We just watched this.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say we give DC Studios a lot of shit sometimes?
No.
No, okay.
Not at all.
Not enough.
We give DC a lot of shit.
Okay.
All the time.
All the time. But they deserve it.
Yes.
But then, you know me, Adrian. If you do something right, I'm gonna give you credit. I'm gonna fall on the sword. I'll say, you know what? Maybe I was wrong. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna go that far. I'm gonna say about fucking time though.
Right.
We saw this Batman Knightfall trailer,
mm-hmm.
and it fucking looks like Gotham. It looks like Batman. There's no they're not making Joker a female and this and that. It's just Batman, badass story, badass fucking Bane. Bane's like 9 foot tall. There's blood, there's violence, it's dark, it's gritty. It's about fucking time.
Right.
You have the stories.
Yep.
You got this shit. I mean,
same thing we've been saying for years, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to reinvent the wheel.
Nope.
Just go with the shit. Just go back, just put your finger on a fucking year.
Right.
And go back and pull 300 stories from that year.
Absolutely.
But no, we gotta transform every fucking thing.
Well, so far it looks like no transformations in here, and it's going to be a 3-part movie series, so I'm looking forward to that. It's dropping soon. I don't even think they gave us a date, but all I have to say is about fucking time. And I think they're listening. I think that's why, you know. But another thing, Adrian, we're going to hop right into the news. We got a jam-packed show. We got, we're in, as you say, the titty meat of this movie season.
That's right.
And it began last week. We saw Supergirl. This movie, I predicted that this movie would be a flop, Adrian. And now, you get a lot of people that don't have reading comprehension or listening comprehension, or just any fucking comprehension. And when I say the movie's going to be a flop, that has I'm not talking about how good the movie's going to be.
You're talking financially.
Financially.
Yes.
Because I say the movie was marketed poorly. And would you believe, Adrian, he who is right has returned again.
Well, so I don't know when you got your tickets.
Yeah.
But I got my tickets like 2 hours before I went in. Right. And there were 98% of the seats still open.
Yeah.
For the first 2 showings.
Right.
So that kind of gives you an indication of where this thing probably went.
Dude, I got mine the day before, and there were 2 other seats sold. And when we got there was 2 seats in front of us. You guys were actually behind us.
Right.
Just like we were at home in the living room watching it. There was no one there. So it was not. It was still a private screening we had, actually. As a matter of fact,
that's it.
Only Comics had our first private screening of Supergirl. We brought some family and there was a couple locals. But but I said it would flop financially because it was marketed poorly. I went to see the movie. I enjoyed it. I don't think it was, the greatest superhero movie of all time. I wasn't disappointed by it. But before we talk about our thoughts on the movie, it did flop. It opened with $38 million this past weekend, which for a movie like this, your goal is usually to get that first weekend to $100 million.
Right.
So 38, this is pretty shitty fucking numbers, dude.
Right.
Are you surprised by this?
No, not at all. Not at all. Because, 38, they're barely going to break even worldwide, dude.
Oh, yeah. They're just going to break. It's broken. It's done. It's too bad because, I want to talk more about the quality of them because, the box office, the only reason the box office matters to me is if the box office is too bad, you're going to stop making fucking movies. Right. That's where, why do you care? I know I don't make $1, Adrian, if you go fucking see Supergirl. But if they stop making movies, then I don't got fucking movies to watch, dude. You know me. I only watch certain movies. Adrian.
Well, they're not going to stop making movies. What's going to happen is they'll get desperate, and then they'll have some random director come in with his own vision of bullshit, and then you got you got ass shots and nipple fucking rings on bat suits.
So you're saying if they bring back the bat nipples, this thing will get back on track?
Probably not this day and age. But the thing about it is that you would have to do the nipples, the rings, and the lipstick all at once to get a crowd these days.
Got it. Okay.
But anyway, so we'll get into the movie, right?
Yeah.
We're going to get into the movie.
We're getting to it right now, Adrian.
Right.
So there's a news article here. It talks about the 10 lowest rated modern DC movies. According to Rotten Tomatoes, and Supergirl cracked the top 10, dude. Now, there were movies above this that had a lower Rotten Tomatoes score, like Man of Steel was up there, Justice League, Batman vs. Superman. So it's saying it's better than most of the DCEU, but just barely. So first,
that sounds like a little biased to me.
Okay.
It just does.
What part of it?
Like, what would you say? Batman vs. Superman, all the DCEU. So who was in there during that time?
That was your boy Zack Snyder, dude.
Like I said, bias.
Yeah.
Now, that slow-mo shit and that black and white shit and choosing that Flash, there was a horrible decisions. But pretty much all of his shit was like low.
Yes.
It sounds like a little biased to me.
You know, but have you seen the movies?
Yeah, I saw them.
But could be. Now, again, this is Rotten Tomatoes. And before one of the, I got a lot of TikTok teachers, Adrian. And what I mean by that is I put out a video and they'll watch the whole video. They'll like it. Oh my God, video. And then, but they're watching to pick out one thing that's wrong. Well, you said his name was Tom. It was Thomas. Fucking everybody calm down. So before someone goes, do you know how the Rotten Tomatoes scores are comprised? Yes, I fucking know. We did a whole segment on it fucking like 2 years ago. I know. So, but it's what we have. It's what we talk about, right? We got the scores. So, Adrian, we are going to play a motherfucking game that we've played here several times before. Several times. Critics versus audience, or what the fuck, Rotten Tomatoes. So, Supergirl just dropped last week. So, these scores are new. They can change, but it probably ain't going to change much. Right now, Adrian, and if you've not been here when we played this game before, we give you the critic score, the audience score, and then we pick which one we think is closer to the real score. Because we know odds are they got it fucked up, right? So the critics gave this, or the critics score for Supergirl right now is 56%. Okay, so 56% of the reviews were positive. That's on 273 reviews. Now the audience score.
Wait a minute. So they only got 273 people to go to the movies. I mean, that sounds about right. The entire planet, only 273 people.
Critics.
I mean, we were critics.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, the next one is what you're talking about. This is over 1,000 people. Okay. So over 1,000 audience members went to see this movie, not critics, and they rated this movie on Rotten Tomatoes, and that score is 76. So almost 80% of those, audience reviews were positive. Now, positive could be, 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10. So that's it's not a true, they're not saying this movie is a fucking B+ here.
Right.
Now, I saw the movie, you saw the movie. Did you like the movie, Adrian?
I did not dislike the movie.
Okay.
The only thing, well, we'll get into it.
Sure. Were you surprised by the movie? Did it exceed your expectations for this movie? Or was it kind of on par?
Kind of on par.
Okay, you were expecting something like this. Yeah. We will get into it, but I think that I have a feeling I understand what's happening here, Adrian. Okay. So comic book movies have been around consistently for a long time right now, right? Long enough that I think some people out there, not them, like the other people, are blinded by nostalgia. Okay. And we hold these new movies to this insane standard.
Okay.
Supergirl was not amazing. It was not phenomenal, but in my humble, factual opinion, Adrian, it wasn't bad either. Okay. I'm going to do something I hear you say here a lot of times. I'm going to judge it for what it is. You said this. For what it is, it was good. I've heard you say this before. So here's what it is. It is the second movie of a brand new cinematic universe. This is, funny you're wearing that shirt today. This is DCU's Incredible Hulk. The MCU started with Iron Man, right? Then DCU starts with Superman. The next movie after that was Incredible Hulk. It was Hulk's origin, kind of just brought him into this world. That was kind of the purpose of this movie. Thor, Captain America, the first Avenger. Here's the thing about those movies. I think sometimes we look at things, what's the saying, through rose-colored lenses or some bullshit. Those movies all weren't loved at the time either. So what I'm saying is, was this movie great? No. It was good. It was okay. It wasn't bad. It's also serving its purpose in this story. Like, the goal here is to get to Man of Tomorrow, to start building out whatever's coming next, Justice League. So I guess I'm I'm not gonna hold this to the same standard I would hold Spider-Man Brand New Day that's coming out in fucking 3. You see what I'm saying? What are your thoughts?
So my thing about these scores, and we're still on the scores, is that if something, I don't look specifically at the score. Okay, there's 56 versus 70, whatever.
Sure.
I usually go more toward, is it closer to one or the other?
Yes.
As opposed to specifically. And I would say it's closer to the critics.
Okay, 56.
No. The 70.
76 was audience.
Oh, the 76.
Okay.
I would say more close to that.
Yeah.
For all of those reasons, because it is a filler.
Yeah.
Really, the only thing I didn't like about the movie is that that fake ass villain should have died early in the movie.
Creme, yeah.
I mean, that's really it. And fucking Lobo looked like he just woke up from the dead. I mean, it's pretty bad.
It is
pretty bad.
The look now. How would you? We might as well just dig into it now. So all right, what the fuck, Rotten Tomatoes? You're saying audience score is closer to the real score.
Closer to closer to what I would score.
Yeah, and I agree too. I wouldn't say low as 50. I would give it probably a 6.5 maybe.
Yeah.
Again, it wasn't horrible. I did not. I tell you, it was a lot better than fucking Disclosure Day. I'll tell you that shit.
Oh my God. Yeah. I not once did I even think about Disclosure Day. So to me, that means it wasn't as bad as Disclosure Day.
Absolutely. So let's talk about a few of the, and this is like mild. We're not gonna spoil the whole movie. We're gonna talk about some shit we liked, some shit we didn't. You mentioned Lobo.
Yeah.
Lobo's a big topic of conversation with the 4,000 people that actually saw this movie. I thought I wasn't blown away by the look. I'm not probably down on it as much as you are, but I wish it would just look cleaner and sharper. Like just the detail.
Sure.
The hair was a little. It was a little too messy. Okay.
It was too much Jason Momoa and not enough Lobo.
It felt like cosplay.
Right.
I've seen better Lobos at Comic-Con.
And I can tell you, as his movies progress, well, first of all, he didn't recover from that fucking Hawaiian movie that he played in. He got all fat and shit. So he is a long way away from Aquaman.
Yes.
I can tell you
that.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And that's who should have. That's the Jason Momoa that should have showed up for Lobo.
Yep. Now, how would you? What do you feel about his portrayal of Lobo? Because I enjoyed it. I thought he nailed it. I thought it was
nailing is
that's a stretch.
That's a stretch.
Okay.
But I didn't look at him and like, that he doesn't fit that at all.
Yeah. Like I like the times he was on screen. I also will say, when this first trailer dropped, people out there, those people, oh, we need to get a Lobo movie. We need a Lobo show. And here's the thing. Lobo works in those small doses. I don't need to see a whole series about Lobo.
No.
I don't need to see a 2-hour movie with Lobo. Lobo needs to pop in like he did here.
Right.
He's a bounty hunter. They happen to, they're chasing the same person. Boom. Should he show up in the future? Yeah, why not? Have him. I want to see him fucking smack Superman around. Right?
Sure.
Man of Tomorrow. He can pop in there for 3, 4, 5 scenes and fucking bounce too. We don't need to focus on that character.
Agreed. He's like any assassin, type character.
Absolutely.
You don't need a whole fucking movie about him.
Nope. They ruined that with fucking Boba Fett. Everybody used to love Boba Fett, right? Star Wars bounty hunter. Oh my God. Then they do that stupid fucking show, and now everyone thinks he's a bitch ass motherfucker. Well, look how you portrayed him.
Yeah, there's that.
Another critique that I've seen online that I do not agree with whatsoever is this movie just feels like Guardians of the Galaxy, and Supergirl she's just playing Star-Lord. Did you get that vibe at all?
Not at all.
Not even close.
Who the fuck said that?
It's a bunch of fucking crackheads, dude.
Wow.
No,
I didn't feel that at all, dude.
I thought she fit. I thought she played that version of Supergirl.
Sure.
Great. Like that. This is a different version than what a lot of people are used to.
I don't like Millie Alcock as Supergirl.
Okay.
To me, she does not fit the bill. But she did portray a decent. In other words, I wasn't sitting there like, oh my God, this is the wrong person for Supergirl. I mean, she did good playing a role, but I would not have chosen her to play that character.
Okay. I like that. Well, first of all, the Star-Lord thing. Nothing like Star-Lord at all.
Nothing at fucking
I mean,
nothing.
she's fucking unhinged, dude.
Yeah.
In a lot of these scenes, like, and I thought it was cool to see that whole different version of Supergirl, which we talked about last week, separating Supergirl ain't Superman. They've gone down completely different paths, and we really saw that here.
Right.
And you know, this is going to be a spoiler for the end of the movie. You talk about the villain, Krem. I love the fact that she killed him.
Right. Oh, absolutely.
Because
I knew that was going to happen.
Yes.
I knew that was going to happen. You know, at some point throughout the whole fucking thing.
Right.
But it's just that it was boring to have drug it out. To me, that was literally the only thing I thought about walking outside that movie. They should have knocked this motherfucker out way early.
Which is kind of what we heard about the early screenings, right? They said hey, Millie was great, Lobo was great, but the villain was underwhelming.
Oh yeah,
and
absolutely.
That was spot on.
I mean, come on, dog. You're gonna go around eating everybody's food and shit.
Right.
Everywhere you go, you're just gonna pick some random shit up and start eating it. The fucking rats wouldn't even eat the food in the prison cell.
Right.
And this dude comes in and starts chomping on it.
Yeah, it was. I agree. That was a dumbass villain. And you know, I think they did the challenge. I would assume, I'm talking like I fucking made one of these movies, but I think the challenge with having characters like Superman and Supergirl is they're so overpowered. You got to figure out ways to make them weak and vulnerable in these movies. Because if she's full powered the entire time, she kills them in 2 seconds. Like you're not even getting to the dog. There's no fucking none of that's happening. Right. So you got. I think they did a creative way here with this whole, and they kind of pulled off of that Woman of Tomorrow story where she's she's depressed. She's going to red planets and getting fucked up. Why not? But I love the fact that they actually let her go through with the kill, because I feel like there's this tone in these comic book movies now where they want to make sure the hero doesn't kill anybody. I feel like there's a lot of that. You know, it's Batman's rule, sure. We deal with it. I mean, Superman didn't want to fucking kill a goddamn squirrel. Not even kill, let it die, you know. So I like that they're turning her into, you know, this hero. She's in Metropolis helping her cousin, but she don't play by those same exact rules. So I like that piece. But I recommend seeing this movie. I don't understand the hate for it. There's some people there like, dude, they're shitting all over it. Like, fucking worst movie. It's so bad. Like,
no, I wouldn't say it's the worst movie so bad. I would not recommend the movie. But when I say I would not recommend the movie, I'm not saying I'm going to be out there saying, hey, don't go see the movie.
Okay.
I'm saying I would not recommend the movie as in, like, if somebody asked me, hey, do you know somebody that can fucking come and do my electrical? No, I don't. I don't. Because I've been fucked over enough to where if I recommend somebody, they show up and there's this expectation, then I get to blame for it. So it's not like the movie was bad. Don't go see it. It's just that I'm not out there championing the movie.
I go fucking see the movie. I am. Go see it. Don't listen to Adrian.
No, but I do agree that it's a filler for something in the future.
Yeah.
And I agree. I mean, every movie can't knock the, shit out the park.
Right.
I mean, Captain America, when that first came out, I mean, it did better than $30 million over the first weekend.
Sure.
I think. But you know, nobody was sitting around thinking, oh my God, this is a fucking...
It's the greatest movie ever. No, it's like, bro, I honestly wasn't a huge fan of it in the beginning. The whole story makes these other movies better on rewatches. Right. Like, once you get to the Avengers movie and you see everybody come together, now those early movies almost mean more. And even with how deep we are in the story now, fucking Infinity War, Endgame, those movies are better on rewatches usually. The first time around, I didn't give a fuck about that first Avenger movie. This shit sucks.
Now, the only thread through the one thread through this movie, so the thing that pissed me off, this was a good movie. The thing that pissed me off about it was it took too long to get to Krem.
Okay.
Right? The one thread that goes through all of this is that this is a kind of a space John Wick. I would compare this more to John Wick than I would to fucking Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay.
Right? Because it was about the dog.
Yeah.
And I say it's about the dog not only because she activated because of the dog. You know, fuck your family. You know, this dude just went and wiped out your family and stole your spaceship. Yep. Fuck that. I'm going to go after him because of my dog. And because I'm only going after him because of my dog, I'm going to let him, not only did he kill countless of other people. Now he's killing people around me.
Sure.
I'm going to allow it
Right.
because I just want my fucking dog, right? That was kind of nonsense.
Yeah. I recommend go see his motherfucking movie. So some other movies, Adrian, that are coming up is Doomsday. We're going to talk a little bit about that later. But beyond Doomsday, there's Secret Wars. And Secret Wars in the comics, and read a comic, there's a lot of variants, multiple different versions of some of our, most loved characters, right? So in the Secret Wars, there's no telling who's going to turn up. Back in the early days of the MCU, before Robert Downey Jr. Was casted as Tony Stark, there was another actor, Adrian, that they wanted to get in this role. They wanted to put him in the Iron Suit, and it was your boy Tom Cruise, right? So that never happened. Obviously, RDJ took the role, knocked it out of the park. Oh my God. There's always rumors. Every time there's a fucking Avengers movie, there's rumors about Tom Cruise showing up as Tony Stark, and the rumors are here again. The rumor is that Tom Cruise is going to play a Tony Stark variant in Secret Wars. So just a rumor, right? Don't kill the messenger. Some people are, oh my God, it's going to be the greatest thing ever. How would you feel about seeing a Tom Cruise, Tony Stark on your screen in 2 years when we're watching Secret Wars?
I don't know. I really don't know. In my mind, he fits no superhero persona. I would have to see.
Yeah. Well, you're a lot more optimistic about this than I am, because I'm saying, fuck that shit, FTS, fuck that shit. I'm going to give you my factual opinion about this, okay? Here's my factual opinion. If Tom Cruise plays a Tony Stark variant in Avengers Secret Wars, it will be the equivalent to seeing Channing Tatum's Gambit in Deadpool and Wolverine.
God, okay? Damn. I don't believe, come on.
It's like this, Adrian.
It can't be that bad.
You know I don't like bananas, right?
Okay.
For me, this would be like eating bananas, okay? I don't like bananas. I despise them. The look, the color, the smell, the taste, the texture, consistency, all that shit. But I want to like them, Adrian. I do.
You want to?
I want to, because they're great for your health. They're great post-workout snacks, potassium. They prevent muscle cramps, all that great stuff. There's so many benefits to them. So I want to like them, but I fucking can't. And if we see Tom Cruise in Secret Wars playing Tony Stark, I think I'm going to want to like it, but I think it's going to feel like a parody. Same with the Channing Tatum Gambit. It was his dream. Oh my God, he's actually Cajun. Oh my God, and he plays them, and I wanted to like it because it's Gambit, but I couldn't because it was Channing Tatum. You know what I'm saying? I want to like bananas because they're good for you, but they're motherfucking bananas. I think if we see Tom Cruise play a Tony Stark, I'm going to get that same fucking nauseous feeling of seeing Channing Tatum's Gambit. So it's, as my man Randy Jackson used to say, it's a no for me, dog. Nope.
But speaking of Tom Cruise, you saw the preview for his new movie, right?
Yeah, what the fuck is that?
I don't know. It's like everything he's ever done in his life culminates into this one movie. This better be a fantastic fucking movie.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting.
But it reminds me of his non-credited portrayal in I'm just a dude playing a dude, just playing a dude.
Oh, in
Tropic Thunder. Yeah. It sounds like a bigger version of that kind of a deal.
He's just gonna pop. I mean, now if they do something like, where Henry Cavill, the Wolverine, when he showed up in that one little scene.
Yeah.
If they did something real quick like that with him, I think that would be okay.
With Tom Cruise.
Yes.
Okay.
But I don't want to see him, playing a role in this movie.
Sure.
I don't want to see him walking around.
Well, kind of like
Jarvis.
like they AI Nicolas Cage's Superman into one of them fucking
not as
things.
Shitty as that, yeah. Just like that, just not shitty. So speaking of Avengers, speaking of these, what's happening in the future, well, Doomsday is almost upon us, Adrian. Before you know, I mean, Christmas is 6 months away.
Right.
Isn't that some shit? I feel like we just fucking had Christmas.
Or 6 days.
Yeah, I feel like we just had it.
We're coming up on 4th of July this weekend?
Yeah. Crazy. So Avengers Doomsday will be here before you know it, and there's more rumors. We're talking about Robert Downey Jr. He's playing Victor Von Doom. He was introduced in the post-credit scene of Fantastic Four: First Steps. Now, this scene was shot very well because we don't know if Doom was there just to, as we were talking earlier, maybe he came over for tea. Maybe he's there to fuck shit up. There was no, he's sitting there with Franklin with the mask off.
Mhm.
That's all we know, right?
Right.
And then, yes, Sue's got a little concern on her face, but it's just Sue, too. Fucking know
well, she also just fucking kicked Galactus' ass. So
right.
she's probably not worried about too much.
Correct. So this scene could, have some major implications to Doomsday. It could mean that he's just fucking hanging out with his crew. And the latest rumor kind of feeds that element. So the latest rumor is that in this movie, Doom and the Fantastic Four are on good terms. They're cool with it. They ain't got beef right now.
Mm-hmm.
But the other rumor is that he's there maybe trying to kidnap this little kid, and that's what sparks this, It's like, that would probably ruin your friendship, right? Sure. Your friends come over, try to kidnap your kid.
Probably.
So, and who knows? Maybe that was a big element to the Fantastic Four movie, right? Fucking Galactus trying to take the kid. So now Franklin's older, more powerful. Doom is aware of these incursions possibly, and maybe he's thinking, well, shit, I could use this kid's power to fix this shit.
Right.
Like, I know he's your kid, but y'all can have another one, right? Let me borrow your kid, Who knows? So, but this is not surprising to me that they would have had been on good terms prior to this. Mm-hmm. Right? I mean, sure. Doom and Fantastic Four, they're always...
they were on good terms in college until Ben fucked it up, right?
Yeah, fucking Ben.
So they had to have had some kind of at least cordial relationship in the past. Yeah.
And if we're at that point in this story with them where they're still on good terms, well, I mean, this is still early for Fantastic Four. So I guess the point is, this would not be shocking to me. Something that also is not shocking to me, but I'm a big fan of Adrian. So Daredevil Born Again Season 3 is being shot right now. And there was a certain individual that I would say was missing from the last few seasons. And it is your girl right here who is on set. And she's back, Adrian. Elektra. Elodie Young is returning as Elektra. So someone is sending their drone over to the set to steal some photos here. So shout out to them. But how do you feel about her Elektra in the first place? We've really only seen in the Netflix series.
She has made enough of an impression. I can really only think of two Elektras on screen.
Yeah.
Her and Jennifer Gardner. And she blows the Jennifer Gardner one away.
Yes.
So, and of course she's the most recent. I mean, Jennifer Gardner did good for what she did back in the day. And she has gone on to make, somehow she's into these action movies now.
Yeah.
She's gone on to do bigger and better things, but I'm good with her.
Yeah, I think with the Jennifer Gardner one, it's kind of like having Halle Berry as Storm.
Exactly.
Great actress.
Exactly.
Right? But of
course you also had Ben Affleck as fucking Daredevil.
Correct.
Too, so
same thing. Like Ben Affleck's great at a lot of things.
Right.
All that shit just did not fucking work.
I think it was just timing, dude.
Yeah.
It was just timing. It was just slowly, because then that was back in the infant days of comic book movies and stuff. So it's kind of like playing it safe, like you always say. Right. They were playing it safe.
And also fruit roll-ups were big back then. So they said, let's just make his whole suit out of fucking fruit roll-ups,
There's that.
But that's not happening in this series. It's not happening in this show. And I think Elektra, what I like about her version of Elektra, it's really true to some of my favorite Daredevil comics, like the Daredevil Born Again. And it really feels like, kind of like what we were talking about with Batman Knightfall, is they're just taking some of the really loved comic stories from the comic books and pulling a lot of those elements and just putting them on screen. Yes, you got to change shit to make it, make it a show, make it a movie, but you got the fucking recipes there.
Right.
And I think that's one of the things that they did good, especially in the Netflix version of this show, was really just stay true to the comics.
Right.
Just to read a comic. So Elektra's back. I'm down with it. Last thing for this week, you mentioned July 4th is right around the corner, Adrian. Well, guess what comes a few days before July 4th?
What's that?
July 1st.
Yeah, there's that.
Yeah, so, I mean, bro, this is an educational program, man. People are going to fucking learn something. But X-Men 97 Season 2 also starts on July 1st. I believe we're getting 3 episodes on the first drop, and then it's going to be 1 a week for the next, 6-7 weeks or some shit. So July 1st, mark your motherfucking calendars. Dude, this is we were talking about the Batman Knightfall trailer earlier and how they just it's about fucking time.
Mm-hmm.
X-Men 97, when this show was reprised last year, I felt the same way about that. About fucking time we're getting X-Men the way they deserve to be portrayed on screen.
Right.
I'm cool if it's in animation. I hope this continues into live action, but the X-Men 97 show, I think, is the absolute best portrayal of X-Men anywhere but the actual comics. Sure. So we'll see how well they do without the OnlyFans boy, Bo DeMeo. I mean, do you honestly think that is going to have an impact on the quality of the show that Bo DeMeo isn't there?
I'm thinking it is.
Really? You think so? No.
The fuck?
I don't think so. I think that, and it's not to discredit anything he did on the first season, but I think sometimes people get caught up in he's not the only person that can make X-Men content.
Okay, so first of all, who the fuck knew he was there until he starts, trying to convince people to sign up for his OnlyFans page, right?
Right.
There are many writers, many talented writers, right? And you don't even know who the fuck these people are,
right?
Until they start coming up in front of the cameras and social medias and all this kind of stuff. I mean, so there's been plenty of writers that have written plenty of stuff, and the continuity. That's why you have a director. The continuity of what's happening in these shows, how they develop these shows. And so the undercurrent being the writers, the filmographers. I mean, so Bo DeMeo is probably, you probably got a photographer over there talking, crying about, I took photos during the time that Bo DeMeo was pulling his fucking panties or whatever. So I'm not trying to downplay the importance of the staff. I am not downplaying the importance of the staff, but the director's job is to make sure that the audience, the clientele, which is us, the people that consume, and of course their board members, their board of directors, make sure that they don't feel any break in the storyline.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if you swap out a photographer or writer,
right,
or an animator, or the voice matters. The voice is almost as important as the visual, right? They say if you're gonna do a podcast, visual is good, but voice is better.
Right.
You make sure you got a good sound going on. But anyway, no, I don't understand why this is even in the news.
Yeah.
You bring this shit up sometimes, and I'm like, dude, why you even bring this shit up? Fucking Bo DeMeo.
Well, that's not in the news. That's just my question, because if you ask Bo, he thinks it's gonna fail without him. But I'm partly joking. But I think that I did see some people with that take on TikTok. Well, it's not going to be the same without so and so. But other people can do the same shit. We've had multiple people play Spider-Man, right? We've had multiple people play Batman. Multiple comic writers write X-Men. And there's a ton of different fucking great ones. So I don't think it will have any impact whatsoever. But that is not discrediting. I think he produced a phenomenal first season. But again, that's just one person.
So we had multiple people playing multiple things. We had one person play Bane, and that was a shitty Bane.
Right.
So, I mean, so that's an argument right there. Just because you got the one person doing something, that doesn't mean it's good.
Right. Well, so I'm looking forward to that. July 1st. I had the fucking
July
episode.
1st, huh? So, that gives me just enough time to finish Vox Machina on Prime, dude.
Okay.
Their season finale is I think this week. So yeah, I can just transition right over.
I haven't seen it.
Of course.
So this second season is 9 episodes. We get 3 episodes dropping on July 1st. And I don't know about you, but I've been staying away from the trailers and stuff. I saw the one. I'm interested. Right. I didn't want to see nothing else. I just want to watch the show. I don't want shit spoiled for me. So episodes 1, 2, and 3 drop on July 1st. Those episodes are titled Days of Past Future. Now we know X-Men are going to be spread across, I think, 2 or 3 different timelines here. The second episode, A Force to be Reckoned with, and then the first part of a 2-part story here drops that same day, and that is part 1 of Rise of Apocalypse. So looking forward to that. Then you got part 2 of that the following week. Then Weapon X, Lies, and DVDs. Then Danger.exe, Strangeland, Savage Heart. We're probably back in the fucking Savage Land.
I was going to say, that looks, like, hey, we got some shit going on here.
Yes. Now, this episode title, The Dead Man's Hand, has a lot of people thinking.
Dead Man?
Dead Man, Gambit coming back under Apocalypse's control. Apocalypse can resurrect.
There's plenty of shit that can resurrect.
Yes.
Right?
And when he does, he's going to create a horseman, right? And Gambit is a super powered motherfucker, which we've learned, recently. So
nice.
Watch that. I mean, second to last. And then the season
Apocalypse, won't you go over to the fucking Marvel universe and resurrect fucking T'Challa?
There you go. And then the last episode, Survival of the Fittest. So looking forward to that. We're going to wrap up our news and rumors. A little thumbs up, thumbs down, Adrian. We're going to kick this off with Batman Knightfall trailer debut this past week. And oh my God, it looks like a comic book coming to life. I give this a thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
3-part movie series. Hey. Shit. Supergirl, Adrian, crash lands with $38 million opening weekend.
Wow.
Big old flop. I give
not
this,
unexpected.
Not unexpected, but I give it a thumbs down because I think I put a lot of blame on the DC marketing.
I agree. Thumbs down, dude.
Again, I liked it. Thought it was a good movie. I encourage you to go see it. No, it's not the greatest superhero movie of all time. Everybody relax.
I liked it enough.
Yeah.
I would actually even watch it again if it came when it comes out in streaming in 36 minutes.
Yeah. Marvel Studios is rumored to be talking with Tom Cruise about a role in Avengers Secret Wars, Adrian. The Tom Cruise, Tony Stark, we may see in this movie. I give this a motherfucking thumbs down.
It's a thumbs down because I never thought of like, oh my God, I want to see Tom Cruise in any superhero thing.
Right.
Love him in all kinds of shit.
Sure.
Not that.
Oh, this one I forgot to even tell you, Adrian. Avengers 7 is reportedly in the works with the Russos.
Okay.
So people are thinking, does that mean that we're getting Secret Wars Part 2? Either way, I'm down with the Russos continuing. I give this a thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Do you think Secret Wars could be a 2-part story?
Easy.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be a fucking 9-part story.
Right?
Do you think that it should be?
I think it should be a trilogy.
Oh, shit. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I hope. Yeah, I'm glad that they're in talks to continue with the Avengers, but I would, if it's my decision, if y'all are asking me, split it up into at least 2 parts.
If they do a multi-part, I just don't fucking what is it? My favorite fucking movie. Can't even think of it now.
Matrix?
Yeah, Matrix. Just don't Matrix the shit.
Got it.
Right?
Yes.
If you're gonna do a 3-part, Russo brothers, make sure they stay on for all 3 parts so there's continuity.
There you go.
Don't start fucking this thing, halfway through.
Daredevil Born Again Season 3 set photos have leaked, and it shows us that Elektra's back. Adrian, give this a thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Well, that is thumbs up, thumbs down. Subscribe if you haven't already. And we're gonna get into some. We got a couple things we're gonna talk about today. I fucking missed another piece of news. I'm all over the place today. Last piece of news. And I saved the best for last, Adrian. Because this piece of news involves someone that is in charge here at Only Comics, Adrian. Our queen, the Scarlet Witch, okay? So Elizabeth Olsen is rumored to have a surprising role in Marvel's Mutant Saga. So we have been told that after Secret Wars, Marvel's next saga is the Mutants. So we're hoping they get X-Men done right. And the scooper says, this is my time to shine, says that not only will Wanda return, but she's also set to be one of the main leads and villains of the Mutant Saga. So I hear that and I say, good, I hope so. But you and we read a comic book called House of M, right? Talk about this a lot. And you could argue she was the villain in that in a lot of ways, right? Wanda's one of those that kind of walks...
Villain, victim, because there was exactly the whole mental issue thing and so on and so forth.
Yeah, I think it's not fair. I think she's never going to be just the villain. It's always going to be complex. But if you want to create another amazing moment, like literally on par with the snap, the blip, oh my God, you build a mutant phase, okay? You unleash the motherfucking beast, Adrian, Scarlet Witch, and you give her a reason to say those fucking 3 words. Right. No more mutants. Then you can build to Avengers versus X-Men. They could be arguing over killing or not killing Wanda. Right. Right? If you're the mutants, you're like, you know what? We need to take this bitch out. She literally said no more mutants. They didn't have a new mutant born for fucking couple decades after that. So you would probably want to get some revenge on her, right? Yeah. And if you're the Avengers, you're going to be like, hey, I hear y'all, but she's one of us. Like, y'all, you don't get to make that fucking decision. Right. So you want to do that again? Dude, sign me up. I'm down with that.
I'd be if I was on Avengers, I'd be thinking, hey, what if she says no more Avengers? You know?
Right? Fuck. That was I did the Jean Grey deep dive last week, and a lot of people in the comments like, well, what about a Jean Grey versus Wanda? Who would win? I mean,
did we do that?
We did. Yeah, we talked about it on the full podcast. But dude, Wanda, it could go either way because at the end of the day, she is just she's got the strength and the durability of a regular human, but with the ability, which we're going to talk about specifically the MCU Wanda later. With her powers and how if she thinks it can happen, I mean, she goes fucking no more Jean Grey. Ain't no more Jean Grey.
Right. Or if Jean beats her to the atomization of Wanda.
Then it's a wrap too, yes. Right. So it really, I think 10 times it's going to go 5-5, you know?
Yeah, but is by the time all of that shit happens, is this going to be another Famke Jensen fucking thing? She's going to be too old to come back to be Wanda? Because we're talking another 5 to 8 years before this shit happens, you know?
And Wanda, I think Elizabeth Olsen is like maybe late 30s. So yeah, you'd fucking get moving. Fucking let's go. Because we need to see that shit on screen, dude. The house, I mean, shit. All right. You know, I'm gonna do this deep dive. This one was highly requested, Adrian. People fighting in the comment. Do this guy. Oh my God.
She's only 37.
Okay, so you got 10 years,
right?
To so where I think she won't. I mean, in Hollywood nowadays too, bro. Who the fuck knows?
She's bisexual.
Oh snap! Oh my God. I've been doing these deep dives, and this week's was a special request, and people were fighting. Oh, can you do this one, please? It's motherfucking Nightcrawler. Okay, so we're gonna get in Nightcrawler. But the thing about comics is, a lot of people feel that it's overwhelming to get into reading comics because there's so many fucking comics out there. Like, where do I start is a question a lot of people struggle with, right?
Got it.
And then if, let's say, like you like to say, you know, pick a character, right? Pick a character, read a bunch of their shit. And I think that is a great way to start. One of the things that I think helps me enjoy comics is I don't give a fuck about every comic about one character. I'm going to read certain comics, and in my mind, that's going to be that character's story to me.
Okay.
I create my own canon, if that makes sense. Sure. I got my own continuity, my own timeline, because I can't possibly read everything. And I say that to say when I do these deep dives, that's essentially what I'm doing here. Because people, you left this out. What about, this is the shit that I like about the character. I'm going to leave the shit that's fucking cringy and no, I'm going to leave that out. And that's how I enjoy comics. I have my own Batman canon. I'm starting at year 1 and reading through these comics, and that's the Batman story I like to read.
Sure.
I don't dig into a lot of the Justice League stuff. I don't want to see Batman fighting fucking aliens and gods. I like to see him fight the fucking criminal down the street that just fucking, you know, killed somebody.
Sure.
So
when it comes to recommending or wherever you want to start, I would amend that and say, start with unless you already know about a particular character, like a Daredevil, because he's all over the fucking place.
Right.
A Spider-Man, things like that. Start with a team book. Start with the Avengers, the Justice League, the Teen Titans, the X-Men, right? Because if you start with one character, you can go 10 years and not even know that other characters exist.
Right.
But if you start with a team book, right, then you can see the other members, and then you can follow the breadcrumbs if you decide that you like a particular character out of that.
And it's kind of what we're doing here. Our team we started with was X-Men.
Right.
I've been doing X-Men all fucking no diddy for the past 4 or 5 weeks here. So this week, another X-Men, a guy by the name of motherfucking Nightcrawler or Kurt Wagner. We're going to talk about Kurt Wagner. And the reason I also brought up that have your own fucking canon, because his origin has been changed a few times.
Yeah.
So pick it was really this one. Pick whatever fucking one you want.
I picked the one that I grew up with, so fuck all the other stuff.
The one you grew up with is the one where Mystique is the mom.
Correct.
And Azazel is the dad, right? And then obviously they retconned it with Destiny. You know, Mystique turned into a dude, impregnated her wife. It's a whole fucking...
Dude turned into a dude that's playing another dude.
But let's talk about Kurt Wagner. So... He biological son of Mystique and Azazel up until recently. And Azazel is an ancient demonic mutant warlord. So when Kurt was born in the Bavarian Alps, his appearance terrified everybody. The angry mob, Adrian, you know, with the pitchforks and all that. They chased Mystique. We talked about this in Mystique's deep dive. And to save her life, she threw this motherfucker into a waterfall. Because Kurt was born... A lot of mutants can hide that they're mutants. Kurt could not.
Right.
He's blue, looks like a fucking demon. I mean, his mom's a shapeshifter. She just changes. So she gets rid of the kid. Fuck out of here. And Kurt was actually found by Marigali Zardos, a sorceress who was working in a traveling circus. I mean, you look like a fucking blue demon. Might as well join the circus, right? So he was raised to be an acrobat in the circus, and because of this, the audience just assumed that his blue fur was just a cool costume.
Right.
They didn't think that was really how he fucking looked. He loved it. He loved being in the circus, dude. He was like a star. So he went from being, born, thrown over the fucking waterfall because of the way he looks to really being the star of the circus because of his awesome costume. But then the circus, Adrian, hit some financial troubles. It was purchased by this Texas millionaire, and this millionaire discovered that Kurt wasn't wearing the costume. So he drugged him and locked him in a cage, and he planned to rebrand him as a captive monster in the circus's freak show. Kind of the degrading part of the circus, right? The bearded lady, the fucking fat guy, the dude with, one eye, whatever. So they want to treat him like an animal. Kurt he hated that, obviously. I mean, he went from being the star to being, oh, look at the fucking demon in the cage. He broke out, he quits the circus, and he walked away from really the only family he ever had. But good old, don't worry, bro, Chucky Boy. Chucky Boy is going to come in and save the day. So Kurt leaves the circus, and he's looking for his foster brother, Stefan, who had actually gone insane and started murdering children. Fucking wacky story here. In a small German village. So Kurt found him, and he stopped him, and he accidentally broke his brother's neck during the struggle. So he stopped his brother from killing a bunch of kids, breaks his brother's neck. Now, the villagers again, they find Kurt standing over the body. So what they assume this demon committed this murder, right? Fuck the part that the guy's killing the kids. Matter of fact, it's probably the demon killing the kids too. So they cornered him in the barn with what, Adrian? Pitchforks and torches, tiki torches, There's a lot of good people out there. They wanted to burn him alive, and right before the mob attacked, Chucky Boy, Professor Charles Xavier, froze every single human being telepathically in the village. He walked up to Kurt, and he made the offer, Adrian. He said, if you can teleport under this blanket. No, he didn't say that. He said, you want to join the motherfucking X-Men? Gave him a permanent house and gave him some purpose. Join the team.
I'm sure you're paraphrasing.
Yes.
I'm sure he said, do you want to join my X-Men?
Yeah. That's right. His X-Men. But he gave him a home, gave him a purpose. He joined the team. And in a crazy fucking circumstance, too. But, I give Charles Xavier a lot of shit. And one of these weeks, we're going to do a Who the Fuck is Charles Xavier? But he does seem to show up at the right times.
Sure.
And I think a lot of that is Cerebro and the work he puts into this dream, this mission of his. And just like anyone, when you're on a mission, a dream to do something, sometimes your decisions are not going to make everybody happy. And I think that's an element of Chuck that we don't see on screen as much. But besides the point, Nightcrawler. Let's talk about the cool part about Nightcrawler. There's a lot of cool parts, but it is how his powers work. Mm-hmm. They call it in the comics, the BAMF, mm-hmm. BAMF, where he just, disappears. I tell you what, he's not. Kurt's not a fucking magician, dude. Mm-hmm. This ain't a magic trick. He doesn't just magically move around. Every single move, first of all, it's physically taxing on his body.
Sure.
And just like a lot of these powers that we've talked about on these deep dives, it has to do with another dimension.
Sure.
It's the blanket dimension. No, it's not. It's the brimstone dimension. So
you're saying he lifts up Chuck's blanket, ducks underneath,
poof,
and then comes out somewhere else?
Yep, he bamps out somewhere else. But when he teleports, he actually opens a micro portal into this brimstone dimension. It's a hellish alternate reality, and he exits at where his destination in a fraction of a second. So it happens quick as shit, but he's going into this kind of hell-like dimension for a split second to pop back to wherever he wants to go. And then you got the whole bamf, and then there's usually a cloud of smoke, and it leaves a smell, Adrian.
Well, it's the dimension basically farting through the door.
Yeah, absolutely. And it smells almost like sulfur and smoke, but it's the atmosphere of this maybe that's why they call it the brimstone dimension. Sure. You say farting, bleeding into our world, whatever you want. Skeeting into our world.
Not quite.
No, okay. No. Now, there's some rules behind it. He can't just close his eyes and end up in the bank vault. He has to either be able to see his destination or be really, really familiar with the exact layout of the room. He kind of had to have been there before.
Sure.
Because he can't just teleport and always land safely. If he puts himself in the wrong spot, he'd be in the middle of the fucking wall and kill himself.
Sure.
He doesn't have, some crazy healing ability, immortality, none of that.
He also apparently don't have, so some teleports, they have this physical displacement. So they can teleport to some unknown, right?
Yep.
But their powers displace them outside of any physical object.
Right.
Right. So I can teleport into the middle of the Antarctica.
Yep.
But I'm not going to hit a fucking Wendigo because of this displacement power. He does not have that.
No, he has to he got to be able to see, he's looking at a room
like
over there.
Line of sight or have been there before.
Yep.
I wonder if pictures work. There was a movie about these teleporters.
Yeah.
And they can have pictures and they could tell, as long as they can see it, they can teleport there.
I would assume yes, because it does say that if he's familiar with the exact layout of the room.
Okay.
So I would assume it's probably a little more dangerous, because if you have the picture, let's say this table wasn't here when you took the picture, and he's like, yeah, go right in the middle of the room and shit, and he's fucking the table's right through his waist. He's dead.
You're fucked if you come to my house, because my wife's always changing shit around.
Yep. I know. Just when I start to know, remember where something is in the kitchen, it's now in another drawer.
There you go.
What are we doing? So yes, Kurt would die at my house or your house, apparently. But he can do this for safely up to 2 to 3 miles. He's pushed past this range before, but it takes a fucking massive toll on him. That's the thing too. If you move, fucking 30 miles, it's gonna take a lot out of you. If something's happening there and you got to move again, you might not have the fucking strength to do it. So he's got to pace himself with this. It's not just an unlimited fucking use here. So he can safely teleport himself 2 to 3 miles. But he had at one point, dude, I forget what comic it was, but moved himself like fucking 400 miles or some shit, something ridiculous. And it's also, his power is somewhat tied to the Earth's magnetic poles. If you don't believe the Earth is flat, it's easier for him to teleport north to south than it is east to west for some reason.
Well, flat around, you still have up and down and left and right.
Okay. So Kurt, he's got some other powers too. I think you focus so much on the teleportation, but he's got the tail. The tail is like a whole nother arm, dude. That thing is strong as shit. He can throw adults with the tail. He can use a sword with his fucking tail. He also has these microscopic suction cups on his hands and feet. So he can climb buildings pretty much like Spider-Man level.
Mm-hmm.
Climb all over shit. He I like the drop attack. You see this a lot where he grabs you, somebody big like the Blob or somebody, and fucking teleports way up.
Right.
And then lets him go and teleports safely on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
So that he uses that a lot in fighting. He also has a camouflaging ability almost. Like if he stands in the deep dark shadows, his fur naturally camouflages him.
Right, because his fur is like a indigo. It's not black.
Right.
It's like an indigo blue.
And it absorbs and can bend light. So he can really render himself invisible to the naked eye. Kurt, so he's got a couple. Well, I think his most fucked up relationship is with his mom.
Mm.
Kurt's a man built on faith, forgiveness, and a lot of stories. You see him in the church. I mean, when in X-Men 2, when they went to find him, he was up in the church. I was just watching an episode of X-Men animated series. Same deal. They go find him at the church. So he's kind of deals with that struggle, almost like how Daredevil does. Like, you want to forgive. You are this man of faith, but the world that you're living in, the shit that you deal with, makes that hard. Mm-hmm. And his mother is one where it's really fucking hard with because she threw him away like garbage, right? Mm. And throughout the comics, she's kind of always been there to fuck with him. Like they didn't like make up and be, mom and dad of the fucking year. So he deals with that. But what's crazy is one of his best friends in the comics is fucking Wolverine of all people. And they are probably complete opposites. I mean, Wolverine's cynical. Wolverine is a fucking killer. Kurt is an optimistic man of faith, but Kurt's one of the few people in the comics that treats Wolverine more like just a dude versus an animal or a fucking weapon. So they have a bonding where I'm sure Kurt's dealt with a lot of that, being treated like a fucking animal. One of the most impressive and heroic and probably, heartbreaking moments with Nightcrawler in the comics was there was this massive war and they were protecting the mutant messiah, Hope Summers. And Kurt, crazy, he's exhausted. He's fucking bamfing all over the place, Adrian. And the villain Bastion, we know Bastion around here. He attempts to execute Hope and Kurt teleports directly in front of Bastion's path, allowing his robotic arm to plunge right through his chest. And again, he don't got no fucking healing abilities. So he ends up with a massive hole in his heart. And as he's fucking dying, he forces one more teleport. He grabs Hope and gets her the fuck out of there to save her. Now, so if you don't know the story, Hope Summer was the first mutant born in like fucking 20 years. Mm-hmm. So she literally was the hope for the new race. Sure. So like, someone go fucking knock her up so we can get some more mutants type shit. You gotta do what you gotta do, bro. Right. For humanity, right?
Sure, of course.
And but think about that sacrifice. Kurt knows that. And Bastion, obviously, fucking Sentinel, trying to kill the mutants, whole deal. So in order to prevent her death, he sacrifices his life for the whole mutant fucking race. So
what was that movie with I'm forgetting everything today.
The Matrix again?
No, it's not The Matrix. It is Will Smith. He played the superhero.
Oh, Hancock. Yep.
Right? And the guy is stuck on the train tracks. Mm-hmm. And instead of just moving the fucking car out the way, he slams his shoulder up against the train and derails the entire train.
Yes.
Right? So this is one of those moments. He grabbed Hope anyway. Why did he just grab her first? Instead of allowing that guy to...
Well, he grabbed her after he got stabbed, so it bought him some time. He didn't have time.
Oh.
He was exhausted from this fucking battle, and it was like last-ditch effort to get there. Mm-hmm. He didn't have enough time to grab her and leave, I would assume. But he had, as he's dying, he's like, one more in me,
Yeah, he literally did.
Yeah.
One more fucking arm.
Dude. Fucking Bastion, dude. What an asshole,
Right? Yeah.
Fucking motherfuckers. But that is Nightcrawler, dude. Nightcrawler is an awesome character. A character that I think they did a great job with him in the original X-Men movies, X2. I didn't like when they brought him back as the geeky fucking teenager in the kind of, prequel X-Men stories. But that is motherfucker. So that was by request. That is who the fuck Nightcrawler is. We're gonna move on, get back on our road here, Adrian. The road to fucking Doomsday. And this past week, we watched one of my favorite shows, WandaVision. Great show. I think that this show is probably one of the most creative projects Marvel Studios has ever fucking done.
Really?
I'm going to be glazing today, Adrian. So yes. So be careful. Watch out. There's be a lot of, glaze overspray happening in here.
A lot of bathing in the Wanda sweat.
Yes. There we go. But we're talking about the show, but I got a special thing planned for everyone here today. So not only are we going to talk about the show, I'm going to break down Wanda in the MCU's power because for a couple of reasons. One, it's fucking awesome to talk about. But two, I think it's going to play a major role in Doomsday and Secret Wars. So we'll get to that. And I could be completely wrong, and she's not even in the movie, and she retired. Oh, my God. But let's talk about the show. So WandaVision. This actually was the first Disney Plus show. Once they announced that they're after Endgame, they're putting out these Marvel television shows. This was the first one that was released. And it was an expensive fucking show, dude. 9-episode run. $225 million for this show. Puts the cost per episode around $25 million per episode. But the investment paid off. The show became a massive hit. The all kinds of fan theories every single week. Is Mephisto going to be here? Oh my God. Is it Agatha? What's going on? Even the Disney Plus crashing during the season finale. It was a good time. It was a great fucking time to be a Marvel fan. There were some cool hidden Easter eggs in the show. A lot of Easter eggs in the show, but the trauma commercials that happened in between the episodes. You had the Stark toaster. You had the Strucker watch. You had the Hydra soak bath powder, the fucking Lagos paper towels. You had all this shit that was kind of fed in. What I liked about this show was in the beginning, you had no fucking idea what was going on. You knew something was going on, but you had a couple episodes where they're just black and white sitcoms, like some I Love Lucy type shit. And the cool thing about that was they didn't just mimic these old shows. They actually produced these shows. They did some research. They found the techniques and reproduced these techniques that were used in the 50s. They used period accurate camera lenses, lighting, even the practical effects. They're using fucking wire gags for floating objects. They even consulted with Dick Van Dyke to make sure that they nailed the tone of these 1950s shows. So I thought that was cool, the fact that they didn't just like put a black and white filter over a regular. They shot this shit the same way they did back in the 50s. Watching these first couple episodes, well, first of all, did you ever watch like I Love Lucy, those black and white shows back in the day, fucking Brady Bunch, all that shit?
I didn't have a choice, dude. We had
it was all they had.
Three channels.
Right. That's a good point, too. I think that's why it was genius to do this because whether you like them or not, everybody has seen these fucking types of shows. Right. So I thought that was cool. Obviously we didn't get it at the time, but then as you get throughout the show, you get it all explained to you as to why she loved these sitcoms. That's all they had. They had a chest of fucking VHSs and that's what they watched. So I thought that was cool. This show set up a lot, dude. It set up introduced us to the Darkhold. It introduced us it brought Monica Rambeau back into the picture as an adult. We saw her go from being, this sword agent to being Spectrum or Photon, whatever the fuck her name is. Basically, she's got some badass superpowers.
Right.
That, Wanda gave her, right? She'll go through the hex that Wanda created. So, just shout out to the Queen Wanda, Adrian.
Wow.
The White Vision is created in here, which is going to lead to Vision Quest later this year. And then Agatha was introduced here that led to the amazing show Agatha All Along. This is a phenomenal show. I always go back and forth as to which one is the best MCU show. Is it WandaVision? Is it Loki? My only thing about this show is it would have been nice to watch as a movie in one sitting. Now, it's a long movie, so maybe I'm just talking shit, but my only issue with watching this show is fucking, you watch 20 minutes, and then you got a post-credit,
right?
Or you got the credits for fucking 15 minutes. Then you got the opening credits, you got the recap of the episode, and then you got another intro, and it's like, I just want to fucking, I wish for Disney Plus you could have the binge watch option to just watch it straight through.
Right.
How about add that feature? Instead of skip intro, just go watch straight through. Because I've already seen this shit.
Right.
That's just me being me. But
well, I mean, you'll have to pay extra for that though.
Oh, that'd be on the Plus plan, Disney Plus Plus. But this show, there's a lot of fucking awesome shit in this show. I like how they told this story and it went from being this, what the fuck is happening, to like, oh, we're dealing with some traumatic shit here. And there's a scene in the show where the two visions are fighting. You got the white vision, and then you got, I guess, Wanda's vision. She made them. She created them. They're fighting in a library, and white vision is whooping Wanda Vision's ass. And he says something. He basically says that he's coded to destroy Vision. And this is when Vision, Wanda's Vision, you say a lot, Vision a lot. Vision, big, beautiful Vision. He realizes that this is just the code. He's a fucking like a machine, right? He's coded to destroy Vision. So he knows he can't beat him physically. So he kind of attacks the software, Adrian. He introduces a logic paradox, the ship of Theseus, or some shit. Theseus. Yeah, I realized I was saying it wrong. Theseus. I also realized the last time we talked about this, I fucked it up, Adrian. So believe it or not, every once in a while, I can make a mistake. I know it's crazy to think, you know. But I did. I fucked it up. So I had Vision re-explain this to me. But I thought it was genius how he realized that, oh shit, his directive is to destroy Vision. Well, fuck, who's Vision? And that's what he did. He asked him that. He asked him about, explain the paradox. And the paradox is this. You have this ship of Theseus. It's a wooden ship that sits in a museum. It's an artifact. Over time, the planks rot out, right? One by one, these rotted planks are replaced with new planks.
Wait a minute, this thing's sitting in a museum?
Yes. So I fucked this up.
And the planks are rotting?
Yes.
The fuck kind of environment that shit's in?
Yeah, that's a whole nother story, but do what you will with that. But it's rotting out. I don't know, they got termites or some shit, okay? But eventually, every single piece of wood has been replaced, right? And then the question there is it still the ship of Theseus?
So in all of this, and we've gone back and forth, I think the big takeaway is, do you think that it's the same ship?
Well,
no, theoretically.
Yeah.
So if you replace every plank, and you look at this thing and you think that it's Theseus, then it is. I think.
Okay. So we're gonna say yes, it is.
Yeah.
They replaced then the twist is those rotted pieces, okay? If we took those rotted pieces, we remove the rot and we repaired them and then reassembled them into the same exact ship, is that the ship of Theseus?
No.
It's not.
No.
Not to you.
No.
Okay. Most people say yes. But then which one?
Well, do you still have the other one though?
You do.
Or there can only be one.
Could there?
Nah. There's only one.
But it's the same pieces?
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's not.
So you say no. Most people say yes. Now, then the end of the paradox is, which one's the true ship? Is it the one that has all of the history but new parts? Or is it the one with all the original parts but no history? And I think this is a perfect paradox for the vision situation we have going on right now. The answer to this paradox is neither is the true ship. They both are the true ship. That's how they fucking answer it. That's bullshit.
If you were in the jail and you had to pick which true ship, come on, dog.
Well, here's where it ties into this show, right? You have White Vision, who is essentially...
We have enough of those. Anyway.
He's essentially the reassembled planks. because they took the other Vision's body apart.
And so you don't have two of them, though.
Well, hold on. You do, though. So he is the parts. He is the reassembled planks. We took all these pieces. We fucking cleaned them up, put them back together. He's the original physical body. He's the exact fucking vibranium corpse, but he doesn't have the rot, the wear and tear, the memories, the soul.
He's not the same.
Okay. Now, Wanda's Vision does not have one fucking single ounce of original physical material. Wanda created his body using chaos magic, which we're going to get into. But he has the consciousness, the memories, the love for Wanda. He's the replaced planks.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why this paradox, I think, fits perfectly. But that question is what fucked the White Vision up to where he's like, wait, I can't destroy Vision because we both are Vision.
But you're not.
According to this paradox, he is. I think he is.
No.
What about it? You don't think, or I mean, you explain why.
In this particular case. So remember the show, the Knight Rider?
Yes.
All right, about the car.
Yes.
The cyclone fucking eye.
Yep.
All right. So at one point, the show ends and, Kit goes into a box or some shit, right?
Okay.
Years later, they reprise the show and they basically take Kit out and they rebuild him. Now, the body is similar but different, but it still has the Kit AI, let's call it AI, in it. So when Kit comes back up to Michael years later, the car looks different, but the AI is the same.
Okay.
That's Kit. All right. Now, if they would have just brought a fucking black Trans Am up with a moving light, hey, Mike, come on here, boy. Probably not the same one.
Okay.
Right? So whatever Wanda created, it had the Vision memories, essence, blah, 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 blah. That's the real Vision. This lookalike over here, this clone that doesn't have those things.
But it has the parts.
It doesn't matter.
So
doesn't matter.
So you don't agree. The conclusion, supposedly, I agree with this. Neither one's the true one.
Mm-hmm.
They both are, kind of. But
in
together.
The absence of the true, the one that's the closest is the true.
And you think so you would say Wanda's Vision's the closest?
Yeah.
Because it has the memories.
Yes.
And I mean, it goes, when we talked about this first time when I fucked it all up, that is kind of what you said. The one that has the memories.
It's almost like if it's not only the memory of the thing, but if the thing doesn't have memory, it's your memory and relationship with the thing that makes it the original.
Yeah.
So if you replace all the parts and you declare this thing the original, then that's what fuck it is. If you take all the parts a piece and send them somewhere and somebody pulls up next to your shit and like, hey, I took all your fucking parts. Right. Like, fuck you, motherfucker. That ain't the real shit. This is my real shit.
I'm going with neither one's the true shit. Neither one.
All right.
They both are, but
neither one of them is, but they both are.
Yeah, they both are parts of it. I mean, that's why it's such a fucking paradox, as they say.
It's not a paradox.
Nah.
You want it to be a paradox.
Oh, it's definitely a paradox.
Nah.
Well, what was not a paradox was he fucking stopped them. He stopped them. But what now here's we move past the paradox. This adds a whole nother layer to it. So Wanda's Vision figured out that the White Vision has the memories. They're just fucking trapped. They're behind behind a firewall or something. It's a protected folder or some bullshit. They encrypted them. So Wanda's Vision unlocks this data. So now you have this new, it's kind of like the or Ms. Marvel we talked about with, Rogue stealing her memories and then Xavier giving them back. So now this White Vision, original Vision's body, that didn't have the memories. Now he does, but he doesn't have any feelings attached to them, any emotion attached to them because he didn't live through them. He just had them restored.
So at that point, he's like a tape recorder.
Yeah.
A manufactured tape recorder.
Right.
Get the fuck out of here.
But this sets up the show that's happening, being released later this year, Vision Quest, which we're going to pick up with this White Vision and find out what the fuck's he going to do? Like, what are you doing with that? He had one mission, kill Vision. And then you go through this paradox. Now your memories are restored and then you bounce. You ain't listening to Sword anymore. You're on your own. But what are you fucking going to do?
Well, if Jean Grey hatched out from under the fucking river.
Yeah.
And you had the Phoenix clone, and then you had Madame Pryor, and they all showed up at the same time. What do? Fuck them all. Who gives a fuck, dude?
Well, we're about to fucking find out. All right. So let's talk about Wanda in the MCU. We're going to talk about the MCU's version of Scarlet Witch. So typically when we do these, we're talking about the comic versions. Wanda's a character that I don't know which version I like more. MCU, comic. They did a great job with this character.
Sure.
Too bad, they didn't do a great job with a lot of these X-Men characters, but like I'm going to talk about Storm on other stuff who they fucking pooch screwed on screen. But in the comics, fucking badass character.
You notice the ones that we say are badass or good or these actors, one, they picked the right person from the very beginning.
Correct.
And then they matured them over time.
Yeah.
Like a Captain America, like when you first came out, it's like, who the fuck is this?
Right.
Why were we even watching this? A Thor, Tony Stark, Wanda. These are the type of characters that they came in, didn't really know that much about them,
right?
And they grew them on TV. But from the onset, these were people that were picked properly for the roles to begin with.
Oh yeah, I mean Elizabeth Olsen, great casting.
Yeah,
and exactly what you're saying they did with her, because she wasn't Scarlet Witch until WandaVision.
Right.
We saw Wanda all these years. She became the Scarlet Witch in this show. So I want to talk about that. One of the big critiques people have for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Also, could we normalize not making movie titles that long? Could we just call it Doctor Strange 2? What was that? They didn't think about, what should we call the sequel? Fucking call it Part 2. In the Multiverse of the whatever. But people are like, it doesn't make sense for her to be the villain in that movie. I think it makes perfect sense.
Sure.
And I'm going to fucking tell you why today it makes perfect motherfucking sense. But first, the MCU's version of Scarlet Witch. So she's born in Sokovia. It's a made-up, country out in the Soviet Union area, somewhere over there. She's not a mutant, though. She was a witch born with a dormant reality-altering power. At 10 years old, her home's blown up. It's in the middle of the Cold War. Her parents die. Wanda and her twin brother, Pietro, Quicksilver, they survive. They're hiding under this bed for 2 days, and they're watching a Stark bomb that dropped in their fucking living room. So house blows up, and then another bomb drops, but it doesn't detonate. It does not explode. Because Wanda, acting on pure instinct, casted a probability hex that stopped the bomb from detonating. We've talked about her power set in the comics a while back here, but if you didn't see that, a probability hex is essentially, it's a spell that she casts that forces anything that is highly unlikely but technically possible to happen.
It's a do anything hex.
Yeah, it's like controlling luck in a way.
Sure. This
bomb drop, 9 times out of 10.
I wouldn't describe it as controlling luck. That's probability.
Okay.
Her shit is chaos.
Well, we're just talking about the probability stuff first.
Okay.
Because the chaos, at this point, she doesn't have the chaos.
Got it.
So the probability is this bomb drops, most of the time it's just going to blow up.
Sure. Especially a Stark shit.
Exactly. But could it possibly not blow up? Could a gun jam? You're a gun guy. Could a gun jam?
Sure.
But what percentage of the time do they actually jam?
These days, highly unlikely.
Right. But it could happen.
Sure.
That's the whole hex probability forces. She fucking does something and it works out in her favor.
Mm-hmm.
So she stops the bomb from detonating with this, but it was just pure instinct. She's not been trained. She doesn't even know she fucking has magic. Her and her brother, Pietro, they actually join Hydra. And during this Hydra phase of their lives, they're exposed to the Mind Stone. So this is how it ties into the Avengers, right? S.H.I.E.L.D. gets the scepter after the first Avengers movie. We didn't know that S.H.I.E.L.D. was infiltrated by Hydra. So they're fucking experimenting on people with the scepter. And when they were exposed to this Mind Stone, this is not what gave Wanda her powers. This is what unlocked the chaos magic that she actually was born with.
Sort of kind of like X-Men trauma event.
Yeah.
Triggered.
Absolutely. And it also supercharged her other powers. So from there, we all know in Age of Ultron, she switches sides. She joins the Avengers, are saving the world. And then her brother is killed because he ain't that fucking fast, apparently. He sacrifices himself to save Hawkeye. Then in Civil War, she's working with Cap's crew and they're trying to stop Crossbones. She accidentally redirects an explosion into this Wakandan outreach building, kills a bunch of people. The world says she's a terrorist. She gets locked up in the fucking raft. Then they escape. And then Infinity War, this is really her breaking point, I think. She was forced to destroy the Mind Stone, which is part of Vision, right? Mm-hmm. So at this point, these two are in love. And she destroys that with her own hands to save the universe. And then fucking Thanos immediately
undoes it,
brings him back to life, and fucking crushes his skull to take the Mind Stone. So you killed him for nothing. He got resurrected and killed again. Probably a lot more painful, right? And then she gets dusted out of existence for 5 years, returns in Endgame, and we see her, dude, give Thanos the fucking business for me. I mean, she's literally ripping him apart single-handedly to the point where he had to fire on his own squad to save his life. So you start to see how powerful she is. And then right after Endgame, this is where WandaVision comes into play. She attempts to claim Vision's body because she wants to bury her husband, and finds out that sword they're taking my man apart like a car at the junkyard, dude. Right. They got him spread out on the table and shit. Because to them, it's $3 billion worth of vibranium in that dead robot.
Yep.
And look how badass that robot was. What if we can recreate him, right? So she pulls up to this empty lot in Westview, New Jersey, where her and Vision are planning on building a home and growing old together and all this stuff. And dude, she has a motherfucking epic mental breakdown, unleashes a ton of chaos magic, and creates the Hex. So this is, prior to this point in the MCU, her powers were mostly telepathy and like mind control shit. And then firing fucking blasts of energy, you know? That's what they do when they don't want to explain the power. Just have them throw something that looks like energy. She could pick up heavy things and throw them, right? She did some fucking mind control shit with the Avengers. But in WandaVision, she unlocks the chaos magic. And this is this shit that, you talk about creative fucking writing and power. This is insane, the way this is supposedly works. Chaos magic is the ability to...
What, did Bo DeMeo write that?
No.
You sure?
Nope. Believe it or not, Adrian, more than one person can write. You know, it's fucking crazy. Now, no one else can do what we do here. That's different.
Sure.
But all this other shit, come on. But chaos magic is the ability to spontaneously create life and alter physical reality on a molecular level. What does that mean? It means you could do whatever the fuck you want.
Right.
And it's real. So we learn in WandaVision that her chaos magic emits CMBR, cosmic microwave background radiation. And what that is, it's the same type of radiation that was left over from the Big Bang. So if you believe in the Big Bang Theory, this basically puts her power on the level of universe creation. So she has the same power that was used in this Big Bang to create the universe.
Sure.
She can create fucking anything.
Right.
So what happened in Westview?
And clearly can destroy anything.
Destroy anything too, absolutely.
Which is why if you can speak existence into, if you can speak things into existence, why go through the process of having that existence go through all this bullshit when you can just erase it with the same word,
right,
and recreate? But that's other stuff.
You can speak it into and speak it out of existence.
Right.
So what happened in Westview? The Hex. It was not a hologram. It wasn't an illusion. This shit was as real as it gets, dude. The Hex was an extreme example of what chaos magic can do. The Hex was Wanda taking over an entire town, rewriting the reality for everyone in the Hex. You're talking thousands of people, treating them like actors in a movie, and Westview was her set.
So remember we was talking about Nightcrawler, how he doesn't have a displacement feature in his teleportation. So think about chaos magic. I'm sure. So keep in mind Nightcrawler.
Yep.
John Stewart.
Okay.
John Stewart, he doesn't just create a construct. He architects a construct, right? So he's sitting there thinking about how all this shit works on the inside. Keep those two in mind.
Yeah.
Now, Wanda, she has chaos magic. So you got to also understand that chaos magic fills in the blank on a lot of stuff because she doesn't know how all of this shit works.
Right.
She just knows what she wants. And this fucking chaos magic creates all this shit.
Yes.
She don't know how electricity works, but the town has electricity running through it.
Right.
And it's black and white and it's all this shit and all this,
Yeah.
So imagine so she's just not creating something like a ball or a cup.
Right.
This whole thing is so complex. There's a lot of adjustments. She just say, I want this, and the chaos magic creates all of that.
And because it operates at the molecular level, it is real. It's not a construct. It's not an illusion. It is real. If she goes, you're going to have fucking 4 arms, Adrian. Well, your body would genetically have fucking 4 arms.
Right.
You'd have 2 more just like the ones you had.
Right.
Like it's at that level. So the creation of
She'd have to do something with the dick too, because you can only put so many on.
Okay, you need 4 of them. But think about Vision. We're talking about the contrast between the two Visions. She didn't steal Vision's corpse from Sword. She used so because she was enhanced with the Mind Stone, she has some of that Mind Stone in her soul. And we know Vision also was created with the Mind Stone.
Sure.
So she used that piece that lives inside her to manifest a new vision. She created a vibranium body. She provided his whole consciousness out of thin air because of the chaos magic. So Vision wasn't a fucking hologram. There was a real physical Vision that she created with the magic. So
Sword had Vision in pieces on the table.
Yep.
She didn't take those pieces.
Nope, she didn't touch them.
She just recreated. She does Wanda know how vibranium works?
She don't know. She don't
Probably
need to.
not, right?
No.
So she just just like she did her kids in the town. She just created them.
Yeah.
That's fucking wacky.
So that is part of being the Scarlet Witch. So the Scarlet Witch was first described in the MCU in this show, and Agatha told us that it's a prophecy, dude. Scarlet Witch is not born. She is forged. She has no coven and no need for incantation. Incantation. Where the fuck that's how you say that word. Prophecy.
Incantation.
Yeah, that too. Neither one. The prophecy also dictated that her power exceeds that of the Sorcerer Supreme, making her a multiversal threat.
Which is why Strange walked into that fucking reality, didn't even realize he was in another reality.
Dude, every other sorcerer has to study ancient texts. Like we saw this in Doctor Strange, right? They got to draw energy from other dimensions. They do all this fucking extra dimensional gang signs and shit. It's, this wax on. You got to do the hula hoop movement like Abby. You got to wear fucking sling rings, all this shit.
Right.
Scarlet Witch ain't got to do none of that, dude. She ain't got to abracadabra, motherfuckers. She just thinks it and it happens. She didn't even need to say no more mutant. She could have just thought it, but obviously it's a comic. They got to put, you're going to have to fill a dialogue box with something. But she does that just with a thought. So all this, on top of the reality warping of the town, on top of creating another vision, you mentioned she created a couple children. Right. Billy and Tommy, real fucking kids. Then in the show, Agatha's bitch ass fucks it all up. She's trying to steal the magic, and dude, their fight in this is something that I kind of forgot. This is why I like rewatching this shit, because it brings you back to some like really cool things that you see in these shows and maybe forget about. But if you remember, when Agatha brings Scarlet or Wanda down to her basement, Wanda can't use her powers. She explains that she placed runes in the corner of that area. And in Marvel's magic lore, the runes, if you place runes in a space and you're a witch, that prevents any other witch from using their magic in that space.
Sort of like a collar that takes your power away.
Pretty much. But that whoever casted the runes is the only one that can use their magic. Okay. So when they're fighting, remember they're fighting in the sky at the end, right? And they're at the corner of the hex, and Scarlet Witch is throwing chaos magic at Agatha. And Agatha can absorb power. So it's actually working in her favor. I want your power, fucking throw it at me. And then she misses a couple times and it hits the hex. Well, she didn't miss. What she was doing was placing runes on the hex. So she actually, mid-fight, places these runes, cuts off Agatha's magic, drains Agatha of her powers, and fucking defeated her like that. And then she locked her up in this nosy neighbor persona, Agnes, which we saw all the way through fucking Agatha all along. And then Wanda drops the hex. I mean, there's a whole, we're not going to go through the whole, you fucking saw the show. But she drops the hex. She returns Westview back to normal. Everybody gets their lives back. Wanda doesn't have her kids anymore. She's got to say bye to Vision again, right? Fucking 12 times now. Here's the thing, though. This is something that I think is lost on people when they say, doesn't make sense that she was the villain because she put everything back. You know, she was a hero at the end. No, she wasn't. Nobody stopped Wanda. She stopped herself. Bro, once she took care of Agatha, she could have kept this hex up forever. Sure. Nobody would have fucking stopped her. But I think part of her felt bad for the people in town. Remember, they were like, we want my daughter back. Oh, my God. And she also, at that point, she possessed the Darkhold. Agatha introduced the Darkhold. At that point, Wanda has it. So I don't think she dropped the hex because she's trying to be a hero. She's like, you know what? I got a fucking better plan. So she bounced. And at the end of this show, in the post-credit scene, you see her fucking reading the Darkhold, which then leads into Doctor Strange 2. Now, the Darkhold is a book that was created by this dude, Cthon, who is actually the first demon, and he's an elder god in Marvel, and he's the one that marked Scarlet Witch as a baby as the one to be able to control his chaos magic. He fucking gifted her this. Now, the Darkhold, we've seen this in Doctor Strange 2. We hear it every time, right? What the Darkhold extracts a heavy toll, Adrian. It poisons your soul. Here's really what it does. The moment you start reading this book, it begins to warp your mind. It amplifies your deepest traumas, your paranoias, your darkest desires. So Wanda's using this Darkhold to learn how to dream walk into other versions of herself across the multiverse because she's looking for a universe, a reality where these kids really did exist. And she's like, you know what? I'm fucking done. I've dealt with too much trauma. Everyone around me fucking dies. I just want to have my kids. I'm going to go steal my kids from another fucking version of myself in another multiverse. She's fucking tapped. But she's reading the fucking Darkhold. So it amplifies all these traumas she's had. It amplifies these darkest desires. She has this desire to have a family, kids and shit. So it amplifies that. So it gave her the knowledge, but also corrupted her into this savage-ass motherfucker who took out Reed Richards, Captain Marvel, Captain Carter, fucking Captain Crunch, anyone who's the captain pretty much. Black Bolt, Charles Xavier, Blanket and all. She took them out in less amount of time than it took for me to explain to you who she was. And so, of course, she should be the villain in the movie, right? I mean, we want to be Mary fucking Poppins.
Yeah, but I don't understand. She created the kids.
Yep.
In black and white, but she created the kids. Why couldn't she just erase all the other dumb shit and just keep the kids?
I think it had, I don't know. I think it was part of that whole Hex environment. So her deal was like, let me fucking get out of here and just go find the real kids. Who knows? That's a good point. But all I know is the Darkhold fucked her up, which perfectly explains why she would behave that way.
Sure.
And here's why this matters on our road to Doomsday, though.
Because we want her to be the victim again.
That part. No. Here's why it matters. Dream walking in the MC, in the lore, Adrian, is an unnatural violation of reality. When you dream walk, you destabilize the universes that are involved.
Sure.
Prolonged use of spells like this are the primary trigger for an incursion. Well, what leads to motherfucking secret wars? Incursion after incursion after motherfucking incursion. So I think this is going to, just like the Loki stuff, I think this is going to matter a lot. I think when people go, there's no direction, it's rush, it's this, it's that, you're not fucking paying attention to the details. All of this shit is going to play into Doomsday and secret motherfucking wars. That's what they should call it, by the way, secret motherfucking wars. But that, my friends, is who the MCU Wanda is. And that's why she's so badass, Adrian. So salute to the queen of only comics, Wanda Maximoff. But I mean, dude, her power is almost so fucking overpowered that this is why she can't be in a lot of comics.
Sure.
Because what are you going to do against someone who can change your reality?
I mean, and also, why haven't an Avengers? Why have any other superhero on the planet when she can just change? Hey, Wanda, I already know. Click.
Yeah.
The fuck?
It's a cheat code, dude. And that is something that, you know, I think is that's what makes comics interesting is they create some of these characters that are so over. They're godlike.
They have to give them vulnerabilities like, you know, the mental thing or unstable because that allows them to be vulnerable.
Right.
Because if they weren't, again, there would be no reason for anybody else on the planet.
No more crime, no more poverty, no more what okay, the comic's over. Yep. Wanda said everything was going to be perfect, and that was perfect. But it also going through her power set, it backs up all of the, I think for me, the way she was portrayed in that movie. Of course she's going to show up to Carmitage and break through their fucking secure, like she can rewrite reality. Right. So you have this shield up. Guess what? It's not there no more. I'm going to fucking break through and kill you, motherfucker. Dude, she did that on her own.
So there was an episode of the X-Files where they found a genie.
Okay.
And Mulder's, his first wish was peace on Earth, right? And she's like, it was a female. She's like, are you sure? He's like, yeah. And she makes it happen. And he walks outside. There's like not a person on the planet. Like everybody's gone. All the shit's there, but everybody's gone. He's like, okay, I get it. So my second wish is to undo my first wish.
Yeah, I only got one.
Now he's only got one. But his third wish was he set her free because she didn't want to be that shit anymore. So I'm wondering, I gotta look. I'm gonna ask, you know, at some point, who's more powerful, a genie or because it sounds like Wanda almost has that because a genie can do any fucking thing. I mean. But there's rules associated with except for free themselves, right? I mean, that's almost like, can Wanda eliminate herself? Can she say, let there be no more me or no more me?
I would assume so.
Right?
I would assume so.
I'm do some research. A genie or Wanda?
You know my answer, Adrian.
Of course.
Of course. I do the research for you. It's Wanda. That's the answer. It's Wanda. But that, my friends, is why I glaze this character. It's phenomenal. The vast power set and all of this show is one of the reasons why I'm such a fan of this character because it was just done so well. Sure. It was creative. It was different. You know, it kept you guessing week to week. And when it was all explained, you're like, God, I didn't know it was going to be that fucking deep. You thought it was going to be a funny show and she's acting like I Love Lucy and you realize like, oh, this is some traumatic shit.
I mean, she should have left a pocket of that black and white reality and left Agatha in it.
It is a shame.
She was better as the nosy neighbor than she was as Agatha Harkness. That was a fucking disappointment, dude.
It really was. That show was God, especially following this.
Right.
Like you have this show and then Agatha was supposed to be the next in this series, and it did not feel like that. No. It felt like a fucking shit show. Yeah. Hopefully they can, you know, get this series back on track with Vision Quest, because that's supposed to be the next kind of story in this this saga. And I don't, do you think there's any shot, if you're a betting man, Adrian, I'm not, so we're not betting anymore. So DraftKings, you're not going to sponsor us unless depending on how much you're going to give us. But anyways, if you were betting, would you bet that Wanda shows up in one or two of these Avengers movies, or do you think there's a possibility the character is actually dead in the MCU?
I'm betting that she'll show up.
Yeah, I don't see how you do all this and have those implications with the incursions and all that, and not have her come back. So that was our show for the week. Next week we're back on the movie train, Adrian. Someone else who's going to show back up in Doomsday is Shang-Chi. So the movie for next week is Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. This is a movie that I was pleasantly surprised by. I like this movie. I watched it a couple times. You saw it recently. You didn't, and I thought you said you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I think they did a good job. And they kind of fixed some mistakes that they made early on in the MCU with the whole Mandarin bullshit. We actually have the real Mandarin in this. So, and you get to see your boy Trevor Slattery in this, dude. I mean, so Shang-Chi, Legend of Ten Rings is next week's show. But on this week's show, Adrian, we got a segment called Hidden Gem. It's your segment. Are you wearing the Hulk shirt because Hulk's the hidden gem? Or what?
I am not.
Okay.
I am not.
Well, who is our hidden gem of the motherfucking week? And you can drop your hidden gem requests. We have like 427 requests. We're trying to get through them all. But you can drop those in the comment. Read a comment. But right now, you're going to go through the hidden. You got your Wikipedia ready or no?
Absolutely.
Okay,
absolutely.
Cool.
It's right here, all in paper.
Okay.
So this one, I pivoted on this one because, so when there's a request, and this is a request, I write them down, right? And then I take a picture of the thing because I don't want the fucking paper. If I took the paper that I wrote the shit down on, it's going to get lost, right? So I take a picture of the request, and I'm flipping back through my pictures, and I realize this hidden gem had been requested several weeks.
Okay.
So I'm like, let me just knock this out, right? One. So this week's hidden gem is Marvel's Death's Head.
Oh, shit. Okay. So,
iconic time-traveling robotic bounty hunter. It's actually kind of fucked up how he came to be, right? But he likes to call himself so he's kind of like Lobo, but not. The only like is that he's a bounty hunter, but he doesn't like to be called a bounty hunter. He prefers to be called a freelance peacekeeping agent.
Okay.
All right. So the story behind this guy. So Death's Head was originally, he was originally created in a pocket dimension of Starakos by a dark sorcerer named Lupex. So the deal behind Lupex is he was this immortal, and the way he became immortal was he had this power, and he would like body jump, right? But he realized that the organic bodies that he would get into, they couldn't survive the power that he could wield.
Okay.
So he built this mechanical body to house his spirit and extend his life indefinitely. Well, what do I always say about when you project, right? When you tell people the things that you're going to do, you're going to bring out two kind of people. You're going to bring somebody that you might inspire, and you're going to bring out somebody that wants to fuck you.
Yes.
Well, he brought out somebody that wants to fuck him.
Okay.
And it just happens to be his little protege, Pyra. She rebelled against a master, and she downloaded a fiercely independent, predatory personality directly into the robot, right? To ensure it could never be controlled. So in other words, she was trying to have this personality that she put into this robot prevent Lupex from actually inhabiting the robot.
Okay.
So what eventually happened was, and it's not immediate. When you read it, you think that as soon as Lupex went into the body, he destroyed it or whatever, but that's not the case. He went off, did some other shit, and we'll get into it. But basically what happened was the personality got into the robot and immediately cut off Lupex's head.
Damn.
So the guy who built the robot, who was trying to get into this invulnerable body, the personality that Pyra downloaded into it decapitated Lupex. So Lupex is out the picture.
Okay. So
now this robot with this new personality decides, I want to be a fucking bounty hunter. So now he spends all of his time, wayfaring around the universe, gun for hire, essentially.
That sounds like Lobo.
Yep. So powers and ability, depending on his scale, and there's a story behind the scale. Depending on his scale, he can lift anywhere from between 25 and 100 tons. He's built of incredibly dense cyber matter that can tank shots from heavy artillery and even optic blasts from Cyclops, right? He can control his detached body parts remotely. So if you cut off his head, he can control it up until the point he puts it back on and it becomes, himself again.
Okay.
His right hand acts as a built-in Swiss Army knife of violence capable of transforming into an armed cannon or a spiked mace. And he has psychic immunity, which is a growing thing, right? Just like we talked about Deccan.
Dude, everybody has fucking psychic immunity nowadays.
Hey,
It's a new thing.
Fucking mutants, robots, everybody can fucking fend off Gene. All right? So now, what's interesting about this character and what made him kind of bubble up to me, other than the fact I had like 3 weeks of pictures of writing him down, was that he's kind of like fourth wallish.
Okay.
Right? So when this character was created in 87, Marvel owned both, of course, Marvel Comics, but owned the rights to the Transformers at the same time. So this character was kind of like slewing between Marvel. It was like a Marvel character and a Transformer character.
Got it.
So when he was first made, when I said his powers depend on how his strength depends on how tall he is.
Yeah.
He was originally created Transformer size, 30 feet.
So he's from the Transformers universe originally, and then they brought him into Marvel.
Correct.
Okay.
Because he was so beloved that he was like, oh, let's make him.
Yeah.
But Marvel wanted the rights to him. And so he got back and forth in this kind of bullshit. So, and then he, on one of his adventures, right, he ran into Doctor Who, who shrunk his ass to 10 feet, which of course affects his power, and then kicked him off into a version of Earth. So, but with him and Doctor Who, they've been like time traveling and moving around and all kinds of shit. Had adventures with, Spider-Man and Tony Stark and all these other kind of fucking people. An interesting character. He reminds me of when I first saw him, there was a cartoon I used to watch. Probably was this cat, and I didn't really know who he was. But really, so the fact that he can move between Marvel, Doctor Who, and Transformers, that's a pretty cool character. It's not quite fourth wallish.
Yeah.
But close enough.
Yeah.
So he goes around, he's hired by, I can say these names, but they won't mean anything to a lot of people. So basically he goes around, he's hired by somebody to go and do something, either bring somebody back, kill them, so on and so forth. And just like any other hired gun, whoever pays him first, like Tony Stark hired him to go on a mission, but somebody else had already paid him first and more. Yeah. So they basically set Tony Stark up to be captured by somebody else. And he like bounced and shit, right? So he's that kind of cat, motherfucker. So again, like the whole Marvel Comics UK stuff. So he's going between, all these different, Transformers, Doctor Who, so on and so forth. So he, like I say, he hates being called a bounty hunter. Despite his literal profession, he finds that the term is demeaning, and he prefers the freelance peacekeeping agent, which was given to him by Beast. Okay. He called himself something else before, but then Beast said, "Hey, why don't you try on this?" He's like, I like it. I'm that from now on. Despite surviving explosions, deep space, and time traveling paradoxes, one of his documented vulnerabilities is water. He's like the Bruce Willis character and shit, which causes his complex internal wiring to short out. So you got this eternal, fucking invulnerable body, except if somebody hits you with a spitball.
Yeah, if it's raining, bro, don't even come outside.
Exactly.
Like,
where's my raincoat?
Yeah.
He advertises his crime. He once staged a bank robbery.
Yeah.
So that when the cops came, he actually just gave them, handed out business cards and shit to let them know that he was a bounty hunter and shit. So interesting character. This is one of those characters. It's just kind of interesting to know about. Definitely a hidden gem. Okay, so Diablo. I would say Diablo, okay. And then Death's head slightly here.
All right.
I mean, I wouldn't want to see him in anything, not even popping up anywhere. Damn. But it's just interesting to know about.
I think the most interesting thing is the fact that he's been in 3 different, companies pretty much, right? The Transformers to Marvel to Doctor Who.
Actually, I take that back. it would be interesting to see this figure one time show up if they had like a Doctor Who, a Transformer, and a like the Secret Wars happening all at once. This head shows up and all of that shit one time, and then he can fucking disappear. I just think it'd be because it would be too. I mean, it took us fucking a decade to understand the multiverse.
Right.
How it's got created, what it actually means, how do you move about, so on and so forth. This would take a lot to explain his ability to move between. We're not talking about just multiverses. We're talking about fucking just realities.
Right.
So I mean, it would be a lot for somebody that's so underwhelming as this character. I just think it would be interesting to see.
And dude, in that decade, most people still don't understand the multiverse.
Right.
There's no direction. We don't know what they're doing. Oh my God. Just fucking shut up and pay attention. Okay. Just wait. Just wait.
It'll come to you.
It will come. Well, after fucking 12 weeks of requests, there you go. There's Death's hand.
Head.
Death's head. Yeah. So we're going to wrap up with some comments, but that take people have about, oh, the multiverse saga, it's all over the place. It's this, it's that. I think it goes back to what I was talking about earlier, blinded by nostalgia. The whole Infinity Saga didn't make sense until Infinity War Endgame.
Right.
They were good movies, good story, but I think people look back and act like, oh, we knew exactly what the fuck was. No, we didn't. It all came full circle in those movies. Then you look back and go, oh, when this happened in Age of Ultron, or the divide that started in Avengers led to Civil War, which then led to the Avengers being split in Infinity War, which is why Thanos was able to do what he was able to do. Like, it all made sense at the end.
Well, of course. I mean, hindsight is 20/20, right?
Yeah.
But then you got these assholes that are coming to you like, well, now because they've seen everything,
right?
They'll be like, well, I knew that was going to happen in the past.
Exactly.
No, you won't.
People saying about this, we knew the Infinity Stones were there from day one. No, the fuck you did. You had no idea that there was an Infinity Stone inside the Tesseract or the fucking scepter.
Right.
So you did not know that Thanos was plotting in the background to get the Infinity Stones the whole fucking time, because they didn't even call them Infinity Stones yet. You had no fucking idea. Shut the fuck up. So and they get hung up on this Kang thing. Well, they replaced Kang. It's like they like people think that like an I gotcha moment, like, oh, I got you, Adrian. They think they do that in the comments when they bring, Kang was supposed to be the original plan. Yet no shit.
Right.
It's not like news to anyone. We fucking get it. Did you know that when they were working on the first Avengers movie, the original plan was for Hulk to be the villain, and the movie was going to be shaped around the Avengers trying to stop Hulk, and then they changed it? Shit happens. Right. Things get changed.
Or they create the shit and it happens.
That too.
Just saying.
But shit happen. It's the story. There's retcons that happen all the fucking time. You're a comic guy. How many times do they change someone's backstory?
Sure.
I mean, Wanda was a mutant. She's not. She's a witch. She's Magneto's daughter. No, she's not. We don't fucking know.
Well, Superman was sent here and he's fucking, nobody knew about him.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden his family survives.
Right.
And now he was sent here for the truth, or he was sent here to fucking take over the place. Or then the fucking cousin comes in. Yep. Then the fucking dog comes in. Then the fucking whole planet in the glass. Then, dude, yeah. It always changing.
Right. All we know is he was sent here, okay?
Yes.
We know that.
That's the only constant.
I say all that to say, I understand that fucking Kang was the original choice. But guess what? He wasn't the original choice. So I don't understand that. When Loki dropped and everybody was so impressed with He Who Remains, then they shifted to putting Kang in the forefront.
Correct.
Then you had this crazy girl and all this bullshit, the legal system. Oh my God, Disney being Disney. Then they moved away. Am I a fan of that? No, absolutely not. But Doom is an upgrade, and then they moved to Doom.
How fucked is our system when you can't even run away from trouble and still get in trouble?
Right. It was a lot of times whoever calls first. Fuck, man. But you have this road to Secret Wars that if you've read a comic, Doom's got to be a part of that. You can have Secret Wars without Kang all day. You ain't having a proper Secret Wars without Doom. You're not.
I mean, you could. You could. You could bring somebody else up.
You could, but you shouldn't. I mean, you shouldn't. Not if you're doing.
Not at this point.
Not if you're doing fucking 2015 Secret Wars. But what I'm saying is, wait till after Secret Wars before you judge this whole phase. Because I guarantee you a lot of this shit we're talking about is going to play a major fucking role. And you're going to be, and then the assholes are like, oh, I knew that was going to happen. Exactly. I fucking knew it. Yep. Oh my God. No, you didn't, because you were arguing with me. Bitch, I knew it. Adrian knew it. Your fucking punk ass didn't know it or don't know it now. But you will in the future. Anyways, well, we're going to wrap up with some We Respond, Adrian. Shout out to all of the people that have been supporting the show. Our audience has been growing, so all you new people, if we haven't rubbed you the wrong way and, pushed you away yet, you made it through the initiation phase. Because
give us a few more minutes.
Yeah. Oh, we haven't finished yet? Hold on, wait a second. And shout out to everybody that was on the live this past week. At the biggest live so far, do back-to-back weeks. So nice. Yes, absolutely. So shout out to all of you. Yo, Naple Grove was on the live all the way from fucking overseas. Dude, it was like, I think he said it was like 12 midnight or something. He was leaving a show over in Ireland. So shout out to people across the planet. A couple people from Australia on the live. Dude, yeah, we were worldwide live. It's because of the World Cup, I think, maybe. Anyways, so shout out to...
But, a lot of them people ain't going home, right?
No.
We going to have a... Anyway, that's other stuff.
That's other stuff. And speaking of other stuff, you should tune in to other stuff. We're talking about Scarlet Witch here. We're going to talk about some witchery on other stuff. Witches, Adrian. And I know you have some, maybe some experience. I don't know.
A little bit.
A little bit. So, anyways, so shout out to some of our commenters here. We got F Bogey One says, AWOB fellas, congratulations on Only Comics being certified through the Council of Shirt Cockers. Oh, yes. Feel free to reach under the blanket. And then Dano says, I'm dead, Charles Blanket. Dude, we should start selling Only Comics blankets. And it would be an inside joke. You can buy these blankets for people in your family, and it would be a joke that we all know. If we see it, we know that someone wants to go under that blanket.
So there's this cup. If you hold it one way, it looks like a bunch of jagged lines. Okay. But if you turn it a certain way, it says something, right? So the blanket, if you can hold it a certain way, or we can weave into it.
Go under or something.
No, like what shirt cocker or something. Oh
yes, yeah.
Weave it into possibility.
You all could have your own shirt cocking dimension, Let's see. Kurt Drysdale says, just started listening to you guys. I don't agree with everything that is said, but you two are both very entertaining, so I'd definitely be a long-time listener. A Who's This on No would be awesome. Long live Only Comics. See, Kurt's an adult. He knows that. He doesn't have to agree with us on. He doesn't agree with us on anything, actually, but he just likes the show. So,
hey.
And then Crispy says, AWOB, you guys are the best. I appreciate you two. On the topic of Spider-Man Brand New Day, what do you think about Sadie Sink being Rachel Summers instead of Jean? Possible ? I think it's possible. Sure. I mean, she'd be any fucking Summers. So, I wouldn't be
any tragic soul. Fucking Summers,
pick one, dude. Pick one. But Rachel Summers, fucking Hope Summers. She could be a transgender Scott Summers. I'm just kidding. Don't go that far.
Too far, Mike.
It wouldn't be crazy if she was Rachel or even Hope Summers. I mean, dude, what if they did some crazy? I'm tired of giving them fucking storylines.
Right?
They give us no credit when they use them. So. Shout out to some of the interns here. Concrete Comics says, hey, AWOB, my guys, haven't seen Supergirl yet, but I'm skeptical for sure because the talk about it is so 50-50 right now. First look at Batman Knightfall was dope. Yes, it was. I think we can all agree it's only fair if Adrian watches X-Men, the animated series, then Mike needs to watch Invincible. Yeah, I think that's fair. Spider-Man Brand New Day is getting me so hyped at all these villains and comic covers they are recreating. They showed a behind the scenes of him fighting Scorpion in the snow. I didn't see that. With that being said, it looks like we're getting 2 separate fights with Scorpion, which is awesome. Hidden Gems, Sleepwalker, Marvel, and a who the fuck is suggestion is MODOK, the TV show version, is hilarious. Yes, it is. That was a good suggestion. The one they did on Ant-Man 3 was an atrocity. McSkeeter says, AWOB gentlemen, definitely asking for one of those shirts for my birthday. Love the Hidden Gem. And hey, we got them in blue too. So that's a good, you need to let someone to buy that for your birthday. And if you want to buy it for your birthday, or if you want to buy it for McSkeeter's birthday, or if you just want to fucking buy it, you can go to onlycomicsmerch.com.
All the above.
All the above. Just go fucking buy it. Buy a lot of them. He says that, did y'all see how fast Rockstar made a profit on GTA 6? Yeah, dude. In 2 hours of pre-sale, they made over $3 billion.
What are we talking about?
For GTA 6, game that's coming up. This has not hit your radar yet, Adrian?
No.
Yes. You know GTA, the game?
Yeah.
So the 6th one is coming out. And it's been like 34 years in the making or whatever. Feels like it's been delayed. Oh my God, but it's dropping in November. And 2 hours after pre-sale, they made $3 billion, dude. Fucking insane. Yeah, so you won't be seeing me the day it comes out, Adrian. I'll be on PTO in this bitch. Hopefully it lives up, but y'all have a great week and happy 4th of July. Yes, happy 4th. 4th's coming around the corner, dude. And no one blow their fucking fingers off. It's not worth it. I promise you. It's the thing to fire. It's not worth it. Blow your fucking fingers and hands off. No one cares. OG Dirte says, what up, Mike and Adrian? Let the countdown begin for Spider-Man Brand New Day. 4 weeks away. That is crazy. I just want to take this time to tell Marvel, thank you for the quality of content they have given us. And if you are a DC fan, I'm sure you realize by now you've chosen the wrong side. What a time to be a Marvel fan. I think it's a good time to be a fan of comics in general.
I think that this latest Batman animation will put DC back in because we've always said Marvel movies, but DC animation.
Right.
They dropped off on the animation for a little bit, right? So I think this will put them back right.
You think they're clawing back with the animation?
Yeah.
I mean, they can. And Batman's the way to go.
Yep.
Batman, you got Batman, dude. Like, just use it.
Yep.
It should just be called BC Comics. Batman Comics, you know? Maple Grove says, AWOB, guys, I'm honored that Adrian did my Hidden Gem suggestion. Yes, I probably suggested him since I was an intern. You guys, I'm glad you enjoyed looking into him. As always, I thought he was a very interesting character. The lore is cool in itself. And then Bill Z's 23 iffy, bro. That name is it's something. But shout out, you're an intern. Appreciate you. Hey, Mike, love this show. I went today and I saw the new Supergirl movie, and I have to say it wasn't that bad. I would have liked it more if they didn't put Crypto in it as a psycho dog. 6.5 out of 10. I think that's a fair rating. 6.5 out of 10.
I mean, so if he says that, I'm wondering if he saw Superman in, because Crypto was definitely he was wacky.
A lot more than that,
too.
yeah.
Right.
At least this one, he was laid out on the table dying the whole time.
Exactly.
You didn't have to deal with him. Tell me what, sir, says, I hate that Supergirl will flop because Women of Tomorrow is so good visually and the story is amazing. Probably should have made it a limited series. Yeah, I've not read that whole story yet, Women of Tomorrow, but I have it. It so far is a great comic, and the visuals are great. So I can see that. Now, the comic's always going to be a lot more in depth, a lot more story to it. But I do think it would have worked as a series. But, they make series about dumb shit normally, not the fucking good character. That was the thing, too, with, going through WandaVision and Loki. When they were making these shows based on characters that were already in movies and we already knew about, it was a lot better than when they were introducing new characters in the show. I'm not saying that was the fault, but think about it. Loki was great. WandaVision was great. Agatha, fucking Ironheart, Echo. You got all these characters that make shows about the characters we already like instead of fucking giving us a shit sandwich, Shit sandwiches aren't good, Adrian. Boomstick says, I'm on episode 2 currently of that lame-ass show, Spider Noir, but it could be peak. Who knows? I'm going to let it cook. I have no desire.
I've moved on.
Yo, you ever seen that movie In Time with Justin Timberlake?
Yeah.
I watched that last night. And so I was on Prime. I saw Spider Noir. I was like, we're going to watch fucking In Time.
It was good.
It's a good movie. Yeah. I mean, the story gets
for what it was back then.
Yes.
Right? Was it 20 years ago or some shit?
Dude, close. I think it was.
Or more, maybe.
No, that was 2011.
2011?
Yeah. So, it feels like fucking 20 years. But I think that movie, the plot was a little, whatever, but it relied on the whole time thing the whole time, which is a cool, concept. So I watched that over Spider Noir. The Captain Canada says, AWOB fellas, that shirt is fire. My bad, I missed Friday Live. Got caught up with some stuff this Friday for sure. Bro, you weren't there this Friday either. Cap, come on, bro. You're for 2 weeks in a row? Dude, this Friday he'll be back, Adrian. I got a good feeling. I'm going to wait for Supergirl to come out on streaming. I mean, it's not a bad call. It'd be, like you said, it'll be out there in fucking 3 weeks. So all the hype for a movie theater experience is going to Spider-Man for me. Absolutely. Happy Father's Day too, gents. I hope you had a great day. Loki's show is top tier for sure. Still trying to finish season 1. Yeah, I'd rather watch that than fucking Spider Noir. I'll tell you that. Let's see. We got Magneto was right. I'm reading his because I like the name Mutate or Mutant. I can't muster the energy to. I'm not reading this. People going back and forth about the whole Spider-Man. They didn't watch the video. They just commented. We were talking about what if Spider-Man is a mutant in the MCU.
Right.
And they got all these fucking TikTok teachers in the comments going, He's a mutate. He's not a mutant in the comics. Bitch, if you watched more than 4 seconds of the video, you would have heard the whole what if.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you having that conversation? Because we fucking felt like it. That's why. I enjoyed the conversation. Did you enjoy the conversation?
I
Yeah.
think so.
So if you didn't, fuck you. But not this guy. But if mutate, dude, the point is they would change him. They would turn him into a mutant for this. That was the question.
They would mutate him into a mutant.
So he's both. Is it the real Vision, the no Vision? What is it? The true answer is he's both. He's
is
a mutant.
Theseus or Thesis or Thesaurus? Who knows? What the fuck?
Anyways, fuck, man. You know, people, Adrian, people.
You gotta love them, dude.
Yeah, I do. I love them all. So, let's see. Not really. One more. Let's go with nope. Hold on. All right, here. Let's go with Todd Taste. Nah, for real, he says, I'm ready for and refreshed to see Spidey whoop some serious ass, flex his power set. And yes, I want to end with that because that is something that we've had some amazing Spider-Man moments on screen.
Mm-hmm.
But we talked about this when we discussed his power set. He is a powerful ass fucking individual.
Well, I think we've seen some of his power, but he's always never in a defensive mode, mostly in a offensive mode.
Yes.
Right? He's catching a car out of the air, or he's diving to save somebody or move somebody out of the way of a truck or some shit like that. Excuse me. This is him being in a defensive mode. He's taking Scorpion and just slinging him all over the fucking place, right? So that is going to be a different kind of aspect of him.
And you're right. We've seen glimpses. Like the one that stands out to me is in Spider-Man No Way Home when he's fighting Norman at the apartment building where they're literally smashing each other through fucking floors.
Right.
Like people are, oh, is that an enhanced Spider? No, that's how fucking strong he is. Mm-hmm. And he was fighting. He's trying to destroy this motherfucker.
Yeah.
So I do think that we are going to see probably the most powerful looking Spider-Man on screen. Period. Because we didn't see that level of strength with the Tobey Maguire and I mean, they were great for their time, but dude, Spider-Man's a badass.
Yeah.
He gets, you forget about that a lot of times because he's the kid, the teenager, the funny, the geek, but he's stronger than Cap.
Oh, yeah.
He's stronger than a lot of fucking characters. Stronger, faster. And now that he's mutating to a mutant maybe. Oh my God, he's not a mutant, Mike. I know. Fucking everybody relax. But we'll find out soon. Dude, fucking literally 3-4 weeks away.
Right.
How that's crazy. I feel like we just talked about this movie possibly coming out, and here we are, a couple weeks away. So we got to do it. Like you said, we're in the titty meat, Adrian. Yep. We're right in the center of the titty meat right now. And we got some good stuff happening this week. So I guess we'll have 3 episodes of X-Men to hold us over until Spider-Man.
There you go.
And then maybe, I hope this Knightfall, this Batman movie is dropping soon.
Yeah.
Because DC, come on.
Yeah.
Come on, dude.
I mean, fucking this and Creature Commando is the only thing that's holding you up right now.
For real, dude.
And when is that coming out?
Dude, where's the second season of that, by the way?
Yeah.
Who the fuck knows? Well, what I do know is if you want to talk to us some more, you can hop over to other stuff. We're going to put our tinfoil laced hats on there, talk about some witchery. We're going to talk about Storm. We do talk a little bit about comics on there. And I that was heavily requested this past week too. Oh my God, Mike doing on Storm. Oh my God. We're going to do it on Storm. Right. And you're going to realize how fucking stupid it was to have Halle Berry play Storm. So no offense to Halle Berry, Well, Adrian, it's been fun.
Absolutely.
Another fun week. Fun with Mike and Adrian. Guys, appreciate y'all watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. And everyone should go buy the new Only Comics shirt. It's got AWAB on the back, and then people will ask you what it's about, and you can tell them to fuck off. Or you could, ask them to follow the show, whatever you want to do. So,
or you can explain to them what AWAB is.
You could do that too, but then it would, you could just read the shirt though. You could do that too. So, the point is, do whatever the fuck you want to do.
You want to know? Buy the shirt, read the back.
There you go. Just like that. Well, Adrian, thanks.
Absolutely.
Guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you next week right here on Only Comics.
Peace.